Welcome to Fullerton College Football on Sportsnet, USA.net. Hey, I'm Mark Pavlovich along with Jerry and my partner Corey Neyland. We are the voices of Fullerton College Football. Well, last week the Hornets did what they had to do. They beat Southwestern and Corey Neyland, San Diego Mesa. And what it is now is they are now to that part of the road that maybe the bumps are getting a little closer. This is one of those games that Brian Crook said to me, hey, Palomar steps up to play the opponents. Remember, they only lost to Riverside by 1. And we'll see what happens today.
Back deep for Palomar. You see number 15 in white is Raymond Roller. And it looks like Gavin Galzot is on the far side for the Comets. And you're right, Mark. Palomar is scary if they meet their full capacity.
So we'll get ready for the kickoff as Palomar will receive to start this game off here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Nice turnout again today for this game. People still climbing in. Roller comes up at the 8. Roller slowly finds an opening, cuts the outside. It's a foot race at the 30, 40, stays on his feet, finally steps out Corey Neyland. There's a response to what they can do.
Yeah, they have talent on this team, and Coach Joe Early is really trying to get back to where Palomar used to be back in the day, and Fullerton is trying to quell that. They're going to come out on offense with the offensive line, Genesis Seamalu, Jude Steffen, Alexis Rodriguez, Jake Waltman, and Jaden Zavala.
So they're going to mark him out at the 47. First down and 10. Scholes will come to the near side of the field. Reed in at quarterback. Ireland, the running back. So Ireland, the running back. Reed, the quarterback. First down and 10. In motion, Carr. They hand it off to Carr. Carr goes off a right tackle. Gain of 3 on the play.
He is the team's second leading rusher behind Ireland. And that front four for the Hornets left to right. Carlo Torres, Jordan Crawford, Ant Harris, and Eric Hill.
Gonzalez now comes up. Gonzalez in the backfield. He's going to be the up back. Second down along 7, right about at the 49. Reed looks over to the sidelines. DeMarcus Carr stays in at running back. Gonzalez the up back. Throw it over quick one, and it was there, Corey, trying to go to Scholes. He was open. Could have picked up a quick 5.
Quentin Ashford gave him a lot of room on that near side. He's 27, one corner. The other corner is Jordan Little. The safeties are Kadari Kearns and DeJuan Grant. We'll get to the backers in just a moment.
Ayala goes to the far side of the field. Apana in the slot next to him. Scholes stays to the near side of the field. Reed still in at quarterback. Third down and 7. Going down deep. Little bump. Almost picked. A nice undercut defensively on a pass play.
Quentin Ashford is having an excellent season on the islands. Very excitable, very contagious out there. And again, Quentin Ashford almost had an interception.
That's a theme lately, isn't it? Almost had a pick. C.J. Broy will be back deep for the Hornets, standing at the 10.
And he's got a chance to do something. Again, caught a touchdown last game against San Diego Mesa. He's got a chance to do something special returning.
Yeah, I had us at the wrong place. San Diego Mesa. I was on the cement there.
We were welcome at San Diego Mesa.
We were. There's the difference. A lot of pressure. Gets it away. Broy backpedals. Going to let it hit. It's going to hit at the 3 and kick into the end zone. With 13:57 to go here in the first quarter. It's Palomar 0, your Hornets coming to offense. Don't forget, when we talk about offense, well, that's what you do when you go shopping. You walk into a store, you look for what you want, you grab what you need. And what better place to go than Discount Markets of Fullerton? Between Chapman and Commonwealth. Go in and say to Jenna, Mark sent you. You'll get the best deal, the best products for the best buy. Discount Markets of Fullerton. Brandon Nunez comes out. Brandon's been solid this season out there. Leland Smith, who's had some good games lately, Corey, at wide receiver to the near side of the field. Garnett Davis III, the deep back. Keep waiting for one of him to break free. Nunez looks things over. First down and 10 at the 20 for the Hornets. Garnett Davis III goes the outside, gets across the 20, maybe gets one on the play.
And up front for the Hornets, Luke Tyrannos is in there as a left guard. Andrew Sanders, the second, the left tackle. The center will be Dalton Brown. On the right side will be Sammy Garcia and Dylan Nichols.
Jordan Tate goes to the far side of the field. Leland Smith goes with him. Second down and a long 9. Nunez goes back. He's going to look for it, and Nunez looked like he was going to run and then decided, well, I'm going to dump it off, and Garnett Davis III wasn't even looking for the football.
Yeah, he came to the outside with his first option, and his second option was to actually take off and run, and saw Garnett, then decided to run, then saw Garnett.
And then ran. Levias goes to the far side of the field. C.J. Broy in the slot next to him. His running mate will be Jordan Tate on the far side of the field. Nunez feels the pressure. Hands it off the middle. Really nothing there in the Comets. Tough on the first defensive set for them today with 13-12 to go.
And they're another team that can start strong like San Diego Mesa last game. But finishing is the issue. Last week against Saddleback, they had issues starting the game. Today, they're starting better against Fullerton.
Kyrie Scholes back deep for the Comets. He'll stand at the 36. Amana getting ready, wants to put big foot into it. Beautiful spiral. Scholes says, I'm going to take it. He does. And the runaway bus, which was the Hornets, flattened him in the crosswalk.
Man, that's like grape jelly right there.
And smooth peanut butter.
No, see, you just messed up my butter biscuit.
Oh, I didn't know you were having a biscuit. I thought you were going to have a sandwich.
Oh, there you go. See, same thing. No peanut butter, just jelly. Chris Harm is the middle backer. Biso, left side on the near side, and Jeremiah McSheely on the far side. Say it now. Best linebacking core in California.
Whitehead comes to the near side of the field. Reed still in at quarterback for the Comets. First down and 10 at the 35. Go straight up the middle.
So Ireland, Mark, is one of the better running backs in the SCFA. 5 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns and 568 yards rushing.
So Ireland in the backfield. Whitehead to the near side of the field. Moves in just a little. Reed looks things over. Gain of 4 on the play. Second down and 6. Reed throws out in the flat. Tried to get it over there. Incomplete. Nice little catch, but he was out of bounds by the time he pulled it in. That was Milton. Oh. Derby. So third down for the Comets. Carr comes to the near side of the field. Derby's going to be stacked right next to him. Reed stays there. Ireland in the backfield. Big third down and a long 7 for the Comets. Reed has time to throw and puts it on the money one more time, Corey, and Carr just can't yank it in on an easy pitch and catch.
Yeah, that's one where you're going to need to make that catch, turn upfield, and pick up the first down in a game like this, because you're coming into this matchup 2-4 on the season, 1-2 in league play. To get those wins that they want, that's a play they need.
C.J. Broy stands at the 20. Keep waiting for somebody to take one of these all the way back. Haven't seen that. Here comes the pressure. Gets off. Broy backs up. He's going to take it at the 10. Goes to the outside. We're going to get a flag on the play, so that's going to be coming back. And it looks like they're going to end up calling a flag. A holding is what everybody is saying here in the booth.
It's Mo Gamage who's going to get called for the hold. And it could have been, and it should have been, a horse collar tackle on Broy when he was brought down out of bounds. But they're only going to keep the one holding call.
So 11:39, conversation going on. Holding. So they're going to move it back. Holding at the 30-yard line. Mark 10 yards off. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 20. Nunez comes back out. Tate comes to the near side of the field. Brandon looks things over. Bakapuna now in the backfield. Leland Smith and Tate to the near side of the field. Cameron Woods. Nunez looks out, has time, goes over the middle. Pitch and catch, ball comes out. Fumble on the field, and that's what they're going to call it. A catch and a fumble. And the Comets come up with a big turnover to start things off.
Forced by Chase Beardsley, picked up by Joe Matthews in return. And again, Jordan Tate had the ball, had a first down, careless with it, and a turnover much needed for the Comets.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Comets, right at the 26-yard line. 11:28 to go here in the first quarter. A must-win for your Hornets for the rest of the way out. Can't look past the Comets right now. Reed brings them out. Ireland still at running back. Heron in the slot here on the near side of the field. Reed looks things over. Reed goes back. Waiting somebody to clear out. Going down the middle of the field to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Comets. And they're going to say that Micah Johnson got the 1 foot in, Corey, before he stepped out. Corey called him. Corey called a touchdown from over here. Corey saw it. It's a touchdown. So the Comets take that free gift and say, it's exactly my size. They put it on, wear it, and they're up 6-0 with 11:19 to go here in the first quarter. Perfect pass, Corey. You couldn't ask for anything sweeter from Reed, who had time to throw the football.
Yeah, he did. And that's something that the San Diego Mesa Southwestern teams did not have time to throw the football. And when you get 4 seconds and a receiver who can run a good post route and a defensive breakdown and miscommunication, well, that equals 6.
Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. With 11:19 to go here in the first quarter, it's the Comets 7, the Hornets 0 here on Sportsnet USA.net. Jerry, Corey, and the old guy sort of giving us the eye right now, saying, wait a minute. And Corey, this is one of those games we know that everybody talked about the tougher games down the road, but this is a great game if you're the Comets to say, we're going to catch the sleeping dog, and you know why he's sleeping, we're going to pick up some points on him. They got a quick 7.
Yeah, a talented team that just hasn't been able to finish. In Fullerton, we've seen their lapses this season that they've been able to overcome, and we'll see if this first quarter lapse will be one of them. I mean, there's still 11:19 to play in this first quarter. Slow moving.
Yeah, it is. Kearns to the far side of the field. Gonzalez to the near side of the field. It's Gonzalez and Kearns. 4 and 12 back there. Jeremy decides to take it out of the end zone. Jeremy up the middle. Cuts back to the right. Cuts to the outside. Stays on his feet. Goes down. There's flags and more flags on the field. And Corey, you sort of wondered, because there was a great acting job going on in the middle of the field too by a Hornet player.
So there was a hold. I think Kadari is going to get picked up for the hold at the 30. I'm not sure about the second flag on the near side.
So we'll see what the officials will sort out. Gonzalez took it deep in the end zone. Looked like he was going to get it out to the 40.
So they're going to get both penalties for hold for Fullerton.
So that's going to move it all the way back to the 13. That's where they're standing right now. The umpire is looking around saying, where should I put it down? Okay, that looks like a good spot. And Cornely comes in at quarterback. Boy, we saw him throw some dimes when he was in at quarterback. So we have a quarterback change on the field for the Hornets.
So this season, 10 of 17 is Cornelli, and he's got those 2 touchdowns.
Cornelli goes back. Cornelli gets taken down for a loss on the play.
Kavion Hicks. So Hicks gets the sack, and for him, that's his 2nd sack this season. He's joined by Davis and Sisson and Barrett Brennan up front. And that's secondary and backers.
Cornelli looking at something, rolls out, tries to get some protection, needs to get a pass, throws across the middle, overshoots, and it's almost picked by the Comets.
Monty Hunt was right there. He's the team's leading tackler with 30. No interceptions. That should have been his first. Hunt is joined by Jaden Latua, Jason Pugal, Jaden Bowen, Joe Matthews, who picked up the fumble, and Chase Beardsley, who caused the fumble.
Cornelli looks over to the sidelines. Leland Smith to the near side of the field. Cornelli tries to get him to jump. Cornelli hands it off. Bakapuna gets about 4 yards, but they're going to kick the ball away again. And Corey, I know the fans said, guys, as broadcasters, you need to give this Hornet team a little more love. Once again, they're starting off slowly against an opponent on paper they should take care of.
But that's on paper, because you can never rely on paper, because paper gets shredded.
No real rush. High spiral. Signal for a catch right at the 37 by Donnell. And so it'll be 1st down and 10. The Comets, well, Corey, we knew the Comets were a good team. Brian Crook said they play up to their talent. They lost by 1 to Riverside. That would have been a big win for them. If they can bump off the Hornets, that'll be special. Reed, last time out there at quarterback, had time to throw the football. We'll see if Brian changes things up. Washington over on the far side of the field. In the slot next to him is going to be Heron. Johnson comes in near side of the field. Reed stays in at quarterback. 1st down and 10, right at the 37 for the Comets. Reed goes over, ball bounces around, and if people are looking for the football, Heron, as he bounced it, Corey, no defenders looking to get the rebound.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Heron was waiting for a defender to come, so he takes his eye off the ball, looks for a defender, tries to bring it back to make the catch. He drops it, and Fullerton's secondary not quick on the tip drill.
Washington comes to the near side of the field. Heron goes to the far side of the field. Outside wide is Micah Johnson, man who scored that touchdown last time out. 2nd down and 10, right at the 38. Reed just says, let's let it run. The running game's going nowhere with 9:47 to go here in the first quarter. Comets up 7-0.
And McNeely, who leads the team in tackles, is there. Brandon Harris, who's also in, Jordan Crawford. But again, Fullerton College's defense, it has a defense with what it's supposed to be. Your team's best tacklers and leading tacklers should be your linebackers. 1, 2, and 3 are your linebackers.
Ayala to the far side of the field. Johnson to the near side of the field. Reed at quarterback. 3rd down and 8. Here they come. Reed feels the pressure. Reed all the way across. Good defense. The Comets want a flag, but they're not going to get it.
No, they don't need to get that flag because good coverage by Ashford. The problem was Micah Johnson was already falling down on his route without the aid of a push. Good coverage on the outside by Quinton.
But once again, Micah Johnson, a step in front of the defender on the play. C.J. Broy, well, he's going to see if he can return something without a flag. Flag on the punt. And so it's going to be against the Hornets. And so far in this game, there's only one team getting yellow ones. And that's probably because they deserve them, as the Hornets get running. Fans don't like the call, but then when would a hometown fan like a flag against their own team?
And I'm not sure why they don't like the call because it's the right call. Running into the kicker, yeah, that's one, but that was actually roughing the kicker. They went all out, and they got a hold of him and didn't let him come down. So, yeah, that's a 15-yard variety.
So they move it down to the 45. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Comets. 8:59 to go here in the first quarter. It's all Palomar here in this game on SportsNetUSA.net.
And Kadana Mariam did a nice job of actually also selling it. So you got to sell it as a punter also.
Nate Washington tight on the near side of the field. Reed looks to go to the far side of the field. Throws it there. Money ball as Scholes catches it. Gets a gain of 5 on the play.
And that's Jordan Little. And that's one of the things the coaches told us on the defensive side of the ball is that if they can get those cornerbacks to come up, set the edges, and make those tackles, their defense would be unstoppable. They lead the SCFA in points allowed and only 11 per game.
Scholes comes to the near side of the field. Hudson with him. Hudson steps up the line. Reed looks things over. 2nd down and 5, right at the 40. Straight up the middle. Defense steps up again on a nice tackle on Ireland, who gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And again, underneath is Jeremiah.
3rd down and 5. I'm going to say they gave him about 6 inches, so I'll leave it at 5. Carr now in the backfield. So Carr in at running back. Washington to the near side of the field. Reed at quarterback. Big 3rd down. Here they come. Across the middle. Reed on the money. 1st down, Comets. Flag and a flag. And Corey, so that's going to be on the tackle. They're going to call a face mask on somebody. It's because this official came up and grabbed, gave that signal.
Goes against Jordan Little. Again, the corners are giving a lot of room to the receivers. So that underneath is going to be there until it's taken away.
7:38 to go. The Comets in striking distance again here in the first quarter. Boy, this is a slow, not even methodical first quarter. That is now the 5th flag on the Hornets, I think, in this first quarter. Offsides. Declined. personal foul face mask against the Hornets.
Okay, so offsides
against the wrong team.
Offsides against the Hornets and pointed the wrong way. Face mask against the Hornets.
So a mistake by the official in giving the signal. So moves it down to the 20. And Corey, well, now you're going to find out who this Hornet team is because they're digging the hole, Ryan Osborn. They ought to be up in Camarillo with you in suits on today because that's the way they're playing right now here on SportsNetUSA.net. Washington to the near side of the field. Reed, little delay, hands it off. Off to the left side, stays on his feet. Nice run made there by Carr, who came back from his receiver position to be a running back.
And Fullerton started slow last week against San Diego Mesa as well. But then in the second quarter, they really got their game going and cut off some things that the Olympians were doing. The Comets right now, maybe a little bit more potent offense.
Scholes comes to the near side of the field. Derby in the slot on the far side of the field. Reed at quarterback. 2nd down and 5 for the Comets. Straight up the middle again to Ireland. Ireland not getting much. There's a flop by the Comets. Of course, you see a lot of that on Football Fridays here at the stadium on KBPK. 3rd down and 5. Big stop for the Hornets. They need it now. Reed out of El Camino. Oceanside, California, looking good at quarterback right now. Carr goes to his left. Throw it across the middle. Catch, dropped. Derby had it, gets hit, ball's knocked away, incomplete pass.
More like hands on ball dislodged by Kearns, and he forces that incomplete pass. And Kadana Mariam, 3 of 6 field goals this season. His long is 25.
So this will be 31. You spot it at the 21. You add 10. It's a 31-yard attempt with 5:45 to go here in the first quarter. Ball is set. Ball is out. Kick is up. And the kick is no good. So a nice stop by special teams for the Hornets with 5:40 to go. Corey, they've got to find some offense, and I don't know why the doldrums are here. It's a hot, warm day. Gabby Naylor would say, you know, this heat can put anybody to sleep. Maybe they and Gabby ought to stay in that cool room before the game starts.
Well, I hope she sleep. And we should have tested those locked doors.
We should have.
Yeah, we should have.
Brandon Nunez comes back out. Garnett Davis III in at running back. T.O. waiting for Garnett to find that crack to keep on running with. Nunez across the middle of the field. Drops it. Cameron Wood takes it. Turns the corner. And Cameron Wood, the man you talk about every week that says we'll get you 2 special plays, gets a big one there.
Yeah, Woods picks up the first down, and that's another catch for him on the season. He's got 12, make it 13 and a touchdown. But again, he's the best tight end in California.
C.J. Broy goes to the far side of the field. 1st down and 10 at the 30. Nunez. They crack up. Garnett Davis III tries to get through. Can't. And Corey, they walked up 9 guys to the line of scrimmage on that run play for the Comets.
Jaden Latua, he's there on the stop. And again, I think Coach Campbell, Garrett Campbell, is working up to something. So he's got a system, you know, those first 15 plays that they script, you go through them. And then after that, you really get the feel of what the defense is trying to do.
Ty Dillon goes to the far side of the field for the Hornets. Nunez, 2nd down 11. Looks over his back. Bakapuna. They don't throw it to there. Come back the other direction. A little delay. 1st down and 10. So Brandon Nunez looks at that run option play, throws it to Jeremy Gonzalez, the surest hand of all the receivers. 1st down for Fullerton. Down by 7 with 4:12 to go in the 1st quarter. Nunez goes back. Has time. Going deep. Incomplete pass. So trying to go deep to the near side of the field. Can't do it. 2nd down and 10 from the 42.
Yeah, and Bevino was pushed out of bounds. Couldn't come back and make that catch anyway. So that's going to be incomplete. Brandon Nunez on the season, coming into the game, 77 of 132, 4 picks, 10 touchdowns, 1,107 yards.
Levias Foxhagen here, along with Garnett Davis III, stacked behind him. Now Garnett goes in motion from left to right. Nunez lets him reset, walks up, calls the count. 2nd down and 10 for the Hornets. Nunez, quick throw across the middle, taken there. It's going to take it down to the 49. Haven't seen much of this young man catch a football this season.
Yeah, and he's one of those, another big, lanky guy who can go over the middle, presents a big body. That's a play they scored on against Southwestern to Leland Smith.
Empty backfield. Garnett Davis III said, am I coming back? He does come back. Nunez lets him reset. 3rd down and 3 for the Hornets, right at midfield with 3:30 to go here in the 1st quarter. Davis steps up. Nunez keeps it himself. Steps out of 1. Corey Neyland likes the fact that when Brandon Nunez decides to run, he is decisive.
Yeah, he was decisive even before he was not going to hand the ball off to Davis.
1st down and 10. At the 40, they're on the move with 3 minutes to go. Nunez going deep, all by himself, and there's a flag. And right there, you were trying. Jordan Tate was looking at the one official and saying, you didn't throw it. The flag's behind him. It'll be interference against the Comets. Corey, better pass, touchdown on the play. He was open.
Yeah, even still, it should have been a completed pass anyway without that pass interference. But I think it was going to be pass interference anyway, even on a better throw. I think Ali was reaching out.
C.J. Broy comes in near side of the field. Bakapuna in at running back. They run a little option to Woods. And that's another pass for Woods, who refuses to go down. As it's a little shuttle pass forward. People would say forward lateral. Anything forward now is a pass.
That's behind the line of scrimmage. When you get that pass forward or that shovel pass forward, is a pass completion for the quarterback. But you like the way that they're incorporating Cameron Woods more in the offense. He scored on an end around. He's got a couple runs on those end arounds. This time the shovel pass, a la you see that from Mahomes to Kelsey. And a lot more for tight ends as well to create that. And hopefully that Hornet is okay. Looks like it's Dylan Nichols.
Injury timeout with 2:40 to go here in the 1st half. So the Comets get off quickly. They get a turnover. Boom, howdy, score in the next play. Get an opportunity for a field goal. That goes wide right on pressure by special teams. And now the Hornets are moving with 2:40 to go here in the 1st quarter. It's the Comets 7, the Hornets 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
So Dylan is up, walking under his own power, which you always want to see and like to see. So in for him on that right tackle position will be Preston Jeffs out of Lakeland High School in Idaho.
So 2nd down and 2 for the Hornets.
And Elvis has 2 touchdowns rushing, 1 touchdown passing.
Nunez brings him out. Bakapuna in the backfield. Fakes it. Goes back. A nice defensive play by the Comets. They fake it to Bakapuna. Then they're going to dump it over the rush. The rush is there, gets their hands up, and knocks down the ball.
Yeah, if Beardsley doesn't take that down, that's 6 for Bakapuna.
3rd down and 2. Jordan Tate goes to the far side of the field. Leland Smith goes with him. Levice to the near side of the field. Foxhaugen goes with him. 3rd down and a long 1 for the Hornet. Brandon Nunez looks at Elvis, steps back even with him. Comets look like they're coming. They do. Incomplete pass. Brandon rushed it just a little. Good coverage by the Comets.
Yeah, didn't have that time to push that through. And on a 4th and 1, Fullerton wants to get some points on the board. We'll see if they want to get some points on the board with a field goal. Or you never know. Luke Maman is the holder. And Jonathan Fulbert.
So Fulbert. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is good. With 2:21 to go here in the first quarter. It's the Comets 7, the Hornets 3, here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
I like the call. Get your kicker out there, 34-yard field goal attempt. He makes it. He's now 6 for 6 on the season, headed toward another all-conference performance. And you get him into some rhythm with games 7, 8, 9, and 10 to go.
So the Hornets stop a field goal in one end, make a field goal on the other end. And yeah, it's 2:21 here in the first quarter on Sportsnet, USA.net. If I spent this much time at Discount Markets of Fullerton, I would have 7 baskets filled with food right now and be inviting everybody back over to my house. It would be party time. But, since we didn't get there, you need to go there, located on Raymond, between Commonwealth and Chapman, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. High floater. Taken at the 10. Looks at the middle. Flag and a flag this time. Most of the people are going to say it's got to be on the Comets this time around, as Roller brings it up. But we've got a flag on the 25.
And the injured Hornet is Junior Kennedy. He's had a rough go in the first quarter on special teams. Very talented player. 10 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 6 tackles for loss this season. And you see the results of that block below the waist as he's up.
And immediately our best athletic trainers in the nation are all out there to make sure, not one trainer, a group of trainers goes out to make sure that the player is taken care of.
Mark on defense. Ant Harris and Terrence Hansbrough are in. Carlo Torres at number 97 on the right side. And Carl Neesmith on the left side into the ball game the first time. And you know what? I'm kind of glad that we were messing up names at the beginning of the season because it gave us a chance to talk to the players and really get to know them.
Armstrong comes out to the set. Armstrong goes in motion from left to right. Little delay up the middle. Finally, a misdirection play, Corey, and that sets Ireland a little free in the gap as they're running off a tackle.
And Carl was one of those guys we talked to today. And it was like he's got his whole family listening. Mashawn, his mom, Coach Ralph is listening, and his sister, Anaya.
Pana goes to the far side of the field. Whitehead comes to the near side of the field. Reed still in. Ireland at running back. 2nd down and 1. Reed throws it over in this direction. And Corey Neyland's going to say, missed?
No, I'm just going to say great pass breakup by Quentin because he knocked it down. It could have been a completion. He wasn't really playing for an interception, just wanted to make the play on the ball. You got to love it from the young man. Also from Alabama, also listening all around the country as well. We appreciate you listening to the Greater, that's Grater.
Wildcat, Corey, I believe we'll see as Reed came off the field.
So it was a substitution situation where
I don't know if that's Jaden. Oh, it wasn't Jaden White that came in. It was Ayala. So they were running a Wildcat because Ayala went in at quarterback for the Comets. So Ayala, a wide receiver, is there. They run it straight up the middle. No place to go. And so we'll bring up a 4th down. Interesting, now they brought in Ayala. Now we know they're missing a quarterback today, so he could be number 4 on the quarterback stature.
you know, when you look at that offensive set, how they lined up, I was thinking Wildcat as well to try to give the defense 2 options on what could happen. Fullerton was not, they weren't fooled at all, and they stuff it.
Dari Kearns back at the 38. Kearns having everybody get away. Ball hits, takes a bounce in favor of the Comets, rolls out of bounds right at the 35. So with 44 seconds left in the first quarter, it's the Comets 7, the Hornets 3 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
50-yard kick, 41 average. And so Fullerton looked like they got some type of rhythm their last offensive possession. I'll bring Brandon back in.
Nunez comes in. Garnett Davis III at running back.
And Christian Stewart not in. C.J. Broy in the slot on this possession in this particular lineup. Christian Stewart had a touchdown about 45 yards in this set.
Leland Smith on the far side of the field. 1st down and 10 at the 35 for the Hornets. Nunez goes on that side, and it should be a catch by Smith, just short of a 1st down.
You talk about a young man who's really come on the second part of the season. 13 receptions, 4 touchdowns, which leads the way in the receiving corps.
Smith says to the far side of the field, Levias to the near side of the field. Broy in the slot next to him. 2nd and 1. Garnett Davis III still in at running back. We're down to 13 seconds here in the first quarter. Nunez fakes it, keeps it himself, gets smothered, spins off, stays on his feet, struggles for a 1st down.
And Mark, there's a luxury of being 6'5", 225 pounds, because when a guy comes up to you who's only 6'1", 225, tries to bring you down, you just whirl off of him and pick up a 1st.
So that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. As we come to the end of the first quarter, we have player down for the Hornets, but we come to the end of the first quarter. It's the Comets 7, the Hornets 3 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
And Mark, not only do we have people around the world listening, Hawaii, Ontario, California, Ontario, Canada, Alabama, Florida, Texas, Illinois.
Camarillo.
Yeah, I'm going to say Camarillo. We got some people listening right outside the front door. Roland Ray, Gabby, Shell, all listening. Thank you.
It's always nice to know that Gabby's listening. Ray goes, we're listening. You go, where's Gabby? And he goes, I have no idea. So the Hornets defense has made a couple huge stops again in this game as they get a player off the field. And Corey, this is a couple players now that have come up. As we see once again the athletic training group. And this is a group, not one individual. It is an entire staff that are quality from top to bottom that will take care of any student athlete that gets hurt while participating in athletic sports of any kind here at Fullerton College.
Yeah, Lorena, Sandra, and Juan have a group that really, you know, we say it, and we are homers.
We are homers to them, yeah.
But we all say it that they are the best in the business.
That's
in their
right.
Group.
Yeah, 3 heads of the department, you know, so that's the thing that you have to appreciate.
And Nicolasia Tanu'u is in there at center for the Hornets.
So first down and 10 at the 49 as we start the second quarter. Garnett Davis, the third, gets across midfield, down, flag on the play. So they're going to put the flag down at the 49. Should be against the Comets. Personal foul, face mask. So that's going to get marked off. A lot of flags in this game today.
And you got to believe that's why it's a little slow moving.
So it takes it all the way down to the 34. Nunez in at quarterback. Broy goes to the far side of the field. With him is Jordan Tate and Levias. Near side of the field, Leland Smith. Garnett Davis III at running back. First down and 10. Nunez throws it right there. Big hit, but better catch. Gain of 2 on the play. And a nice catch by Jordan Tate.
Yeah, but Jaden Latua did a great job of stopping momentum right in his tracks. Catch, drop. And that's what a good linebacker does.
Gain of maybe a yard on the play. Levias stays out to the far side of the field. Broy goes with him. If you're going to go out there, you might as well take Jordan Tate and say to Smith, you're on your own to the near side of the field. Garnett Davis III looking to make that big run. Nunez at quarterback looks things over. Nunez goes back. Across the middle. Leland Smith says, I like being by myself. And Smith once again catches another one. You like this young man as an end.
Yeah, 20-plus yards on the catch because he presents a big body. And he goes, 6'5", 205, but he runs precise routes as well.
First down and 10. Garnett Davis III turns the corner, gets away from one. They gets tripped up when he gets across the 10.
Just an outstanding defensive play by Joe Matthews because Davis caught the corner. If he's able to take that next step, he's in the end zone. But Matthews, as he's falling to the ground, takes out an ankle.
So they're going to flip things. They're going to send Smith to the far side of the field. Levias comes in near side of the field. Broy is with him. And on the inside shoulder is Tate. Garnett Davis III stays at running back. Nunez looks over the defense for the Palomar Comets. Pump fakes it. They run a reverse. Hand it off. And staying at home, Corey Neyland, textbook defense by the Comets.
Love the play call, getting creative, Garrett Campbell, but Palomar says, you know what, we're going to take it back like to 2006 where our defense was dominant. Joe Matthews, again, second consecutive play for making a second consecutive outstanding tackle.
Third and goal for the Hornets. Leland Smith, far side of the field. Nunez keeps it himself and is going to come up just a little short at the 10. So Fulbert is going to come back on the field. Hornets cannot get it into the end zone. Luke Mamana, the holder, as important as the kicker. Spots it about at the 17. You add 10, it's 27. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Flag?
There is a flag.
There's a flag in the middle of the scrum. Flag. Flag.
And Jonathan of the Kicking Forbear family is now 7 for 7.
Personal foul against the Comets. First down, Hornets.
So now he is 6 for 6 because you take away the 3 points. So Fullerton is going to run their offense back out there to try to get 6.
So a personal foul against Palomar. And it was going to be in the middle of the line, Corey. And that's where you could grab somebody by face mask or grab them to pull them down so you can block it. So it'll be first and goal as Palomar, like the Hornets, not trying to play it as safe as they could. Hornets, first and goal from the 5. Elvis deep in the backfield. Nunez walks up the line of scrimmage. Tight formation. Cameron Woods, tight end, just off the line of scrimmage here on the near side of the field. Woods goes in motion. They hit it off to Cameron Woods. Puts down his shoulder. I thought he was in. Touchdown, Hornets. Cameron Woods. Corey Neyland, you and I looked at each other and went, what the heck is in the end zone?
We both were about to say touch.
Yeah,
we
had to, didn't we? And so Cameron Woods again comes up with a big play for the Hornets.
That's his second rushing touchdown this season. Again, that end around for the best tight end in the state. You get 6, good things happen. Garrett, thank you for listening to Mark from last week about using your tight ends.
They put the ball down. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 11:37 to go here on SportsNetUSA.net here in the first half, it's now the Hornets 10, the Comets 7 on SportsNetUSA.net.
But here's the thing, because Garrett says, okay, I got you, Mark, now you can't say anything about that for at least 2 games.
Yeah, I realize. I've used up all my wish list, haven't I?
So you got at least 2 games without saying tight ends aren't being utilized, as they utilized there to give them a 3-point advantage.
Once again, excellent play. The Hornets, who looked like at the beginning we're going to start like they did the last couple weeks, sputtered a little, but now the engine is rolling. Boy, it's nice having a tight end, too, that when he gets the ball, he tries to run over people, not just says, oh, you hit me, I'm going down.
A long line of great tight ends. Some teams have great tight ends once every 10 to 15 years.
We have 10 to 15 great tight ends every other year. Hornets up by 3. Roller gets up to the 15. He gets taken down.
Then let's see how the Comets respond. They're a team that they got down last week against Saddleback, tried to come back, just couldn't. But you see, they last week they just had some unfortunate plays that occurred. And we'll see if they can get their ball rolling here. As new defensive end for the Hornets is Ryan Alamo, who's got a few sacks this season.
Well, I want to see if Reed comes back out there, because, Corey, I saw when Reed went off, he's back out at quarterback. Apana comes in near side of the field. Haven't heard much of him in this game. Heron outside of him on this out. Heron goes from left to right for the Comets. Stops right there. Straight up the middle. Off right tackle, they're going to call it. Ireland takes it. Gets a gain of about 5 on the play.
Helmet off for Carl Neesmith, so he's got to come out. Eric Hale goes back in, and it's fortunate that Fullerton didn't get flagged for a 15-yard penalty, because it did look like he was still going after the play with his helmet off.
Yeah, as soon as a helmet comes off, you're supposed to get out of the play. Pana stays to the near side of the field. Heron goes back in the slot next to him. Reed, second down and 5. Reed said, don't stop if it ain't working, and all of a sudden it's not working on that play.
Be so good. The outside linebacker, Branson, arguably, he's having the best defensive performance in his league. 3 interceptions, a forced fumble, second on the team in tackles with 31.
Loss of 1 on the play. Tate Reed goes to the far side of the field. Pana comes to the near side of the field. Ireland at running back. Reed goes across the middle. Should be, boy, they gave him a great spot on that, Corey. I didn't think he got to the line when he caught the ball.
He didn't get the first down, but he got to the line. But Brandon does a nice job of tackling to wrap up. And it'll be 4th and less than 1.
Yeah, 4th down at the 25. And the Comets are sending in the punt team.
You got to. You have to send out the punt team in this situation. Unless you have a trick play that's guaranteed to work, you got to kick it away.
Kearns back deep for the Hornets. Will stand at the 41, 40. 9:55 to go. The Hornets are up by 3 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
There's going to
so
be
they're going to measure it.
Because if you're the Comets, you want a measurement just to decide, but I still think you kick it away. And if I'm a Comet coach or fan, I'm arguing my guy lunged out the ball to pick up the first down.
You know what? My season is a win or loss this game, so I might just put my quarterback underneath and say to my running back, as soon as that ball gets hiked, you push him from behind as hard as you can. You only need maybe 6 inches.
Not at the 25.
Maybe 2 inches.
And that's smart by Palomar to request that, because it gives you a little bit more time. Do we really want to go for it? Do we have a play in our package without using a timeout to see if we can pick up a first down?
Yeah, I like that, Corey, which you bring up. They don't lose anything just to see if they should or not. Kearns gets back out there, stands at the 45. Now he's going to back up again. Add 3, -2, X over Y. Kadari says, I'm going home with this one. He signals for a fair catch immediately and then lets it hit. And it's going to die right at the 40. With 9:38 to go here in the first half of the blue-gold game. It's the Hornets 10, the Comets 7, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. You know, I'm looking up in the booth. Oh, there we go. See, there's 2 of us that are wearing blue and gold over here. I look down that direction. No blue and gold. There's 2 of us wearing blue and gold up here. Some of us read the instructions. Some of us dress ourselves, not our wives or our little brothers. Wow. Yeah, he was listening to Sportsnet, USA.net, and he said, you know what? Mark said blue and gold. That's what I'm wearing. You know, there we go. He saw me walk up. He went home and changed his clothes. Brandon Nunez, across the middle, on the money. Leland Smith, Corey Neyland. He catches it. I thought for a second he was gone.
It's 19 yards. And you know what it kind of reminds me of? It used to remind me of this old football game back in the day where if you needed a first down or a sure pass, you run a slant play every single time. That's what Leland Smith is.
First down and 10 at the 40. Brandon Nunez has found his new lunch buddy. Throw it over there. Tate gets it. Tate says, give me some love. I can do the same thing. Jordan Tate says, hey, throw it my way.
He's like, I hope you brought 2 sandwiches. And again, Brandon Nunez, how comfortable does he look?
He looks really good. He really does. Short little passes, get his rhythm now. Nunez says, I'm going deep, and Leland says, you know what? There's the flag. And I'm sorry, Corey Neyland, I don't throw that flag. And it's a late flag.
Just good coverage by Jaden Bowen. Okay, physicalness on the outside. Yeah, he had hands on him. But again, you let that one go. That's just a bad pass.
So they're going to call that. That's a flag I think I pick up.
Yeah, you're not going to say it's a bad call because there was physical contact, but again, let them play a little bit.
So moves it down to the 15. First down and 10 for the Hornets at the 15. Nunez looks over. C.J. Broy to the far side of the field. Levias there. Jordan Tate next to him. Leland Smith on the near side of the field. Brandon Nunez says, let me go to the corner. Jordan says, wait, I was running a little curl pattern. You threw it like I was running straight. Incomplete pass.
And you know what's funny about us talking about the play call, the flags on the field? Of course, we wouldn't be good officials because I'd never call a flag because we need to get out of here in 45 minutes. Time's a wasting.
Corey Neyland say, where's Gabby?
Running
No,
clock.
just keep playing, buddy.
Running clock, no fouls.
Second down and 10 for the Hornets, right at the 15. Bakapuna now in at running back. Go to Leland. Leland turns. Incomplete. Nice defense on the near side of the field. You've got to like what Bowen is doing over there, Corey, because he's really not allowing the receiver to run the route legally. He's stepping in front of him and slowing him down.
And here's where it might be 4-down situations for Fullerton if they don't make it. So run play up the middle to Elvis, and you get about 5-6 yards. Then go forward 4 for 4 or 4th and 4. You know, pick up that first down and keep the drive moving.
Third down and 10 at the 15. Nunez once again tries to get it. The mysterious bounce pass from a few years back doesn't count for us, so it's incomplete. And in comes Fulbert. Sort of miss Tim Burns' mystery play where the guy just sort of steps on the field.
I was waiting for the 485 to come through.
Romano will spot it at the 22. You add 10. Kick is up, and the kick is good. With 8:35 to go, it's now the Hornets 13, Palomar 7, here on Sportsnet USA.net. Corey, Jerry, Mark, here on Sportsnet USA.net. Ryan Osborn, dressed up, looking sweet. 110 degrees, suit, tie, vest.
Tails.
He was supposed to let me know if he got there. Never heard anything, so he might be stuck on the freeway, still trying to make it. At least he hasn't contacted us and said, when are you guys going up? So the Hornet offense and the defense woke up. Maybe the game's ought to start at 1. Curry's going, no, that's okay. Let's make him earlier when it's cooler out. Back it up in the end zone. Take a knee. So the Comets, even though it feels like night and day from the first quarter to the second quarter, the Comets are only down by 6.
Yeah, it's just a one-score game, and their defense has really stood up and made Fullerton work for those 13 points. And that's one of the things that Palomar has had over the years under Joe Early. They've always had a solid defense. Even in the lean years recently, their defense has always played well, and they've had standouts.
So Palomar comes back out. Reed comes back out at quarterback. Tight set. Derby near side of the field. Reed, a little counter play, gets a gain of about 2. So it's going to get a gain by 2 by Ireland. Player down for the Comets. So we have about 4 players that have gone down this game with 8:22 to go here in the second quarter.
That's the center, Sayamalo, excuse me, and he is down. Genesis 6'1", 320 out of El Camino High School in Oceanside. Good crowd here. It's nice to have actual home games.
Yeah, it is.
Makes it much more convenient. Easier to check. Now if we can just get one of those portable easy ups with some flaps on the side that comes with a built-in air conditioner, we'll be okay.
Glendale up over LA Valley right now, 6-0 in their game. Everybody else, Long Beach beating Orange Coast College, 7-0 so far. Some early scores. LA Southwest and Santa Monica. It's a nail biter. Santa Monica by 1, 7-6. And everybody later saying, Corey Neyland, we're taking your advice. We're starting at 6 o'clock or later with a little football today. Comets coming back out. Second down and along 7 with 8:16 to go. Going to car, far side of the field. Picked at the 45. And Corey Neyland, finally a defensive back that says, I can catch a football.
Ty Milton with the interception, read the quarterback's eyes, and it's one of those things that Reed had 2 options. He can go in the corner or he can go on the quick out. Ty Milton read that he wasn't going on the quick out because the receiver got out of position. He reads the corner fade and comes up with an outstanding pick. Milton out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. And he's another one of those players out of Central Gwinnett High School.
So first down and 10 for the Hornets at the 45 with 8 minutes to go. Leland Smith goes to the far side of the field. Jordan Tate comes to the near side of the field. Michael Bakapuna in at running back. Nunez at quarterback. First down and 10. Nunez down the middle of the field, incomplete pass. So Nunez looking for Jones down the middle of the field. Couldn't get it to him. So it was interesting because I guess the words of going to a tight end must have got down to the bench.
No, word got it. Well, Mark is not going to mention again. Got down at the bench.
I guess.
So let's keep going.
Let's keep going. It's working. Nunez comes out. Comet's going to bring the heat. Quick little pitch. Pitch and catch. C.J. Broy catches at the 40, steps out of bounds at the 39.
8th catch on the season. 2 touchdowns. Let's give some credit to that offensive line. Dylan Nichols is back in. He came off earlier in the first quarter.
CJ goes to the far side of the field. Bakapuna back there. Third down and a long 4. Fake to Bakapuna. Nunez floats it out there. Looked. Couldn't get it to Gonzalez, who was trying to have it. Finally got somebody covering him. Good coverage against Jeremy Gonzalez.
Yeah, Davion Green ran step for step, and not even a perfect throw was going to complete that.
Hornets going to go for it. Third should be 4th down and 4.
So Christian Stewart, C.J. Broy on the inside, on the near side here. You only need 5.
Big 4th down play. They look at the sidelines. Garrett Campbell giving the signal. Nunez steps back in the formation. Across the middle. CJ has it. Leland Smith says, can't pull me down with one hand.
What do we say? You need a first down? Run that slant play. You got a big body guy who's going to eat up the defender. And that's exactly what happened for 40 yards.
You know, in that catch, Corey Neyland and I want to get to it before halftime, but we're thrown out to all our Hornet fans through the years. We'd like you to contact us and tell us what you think might have been the greatest play you have seen as a fan for your Hornet football team. The ball is spotted, the kick is up, and the kick is good. With 7:15 to go, it's the Hornets 20, the Comets 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
The freshman from Strake Jesuit is outstanding the last few games.
Yeah, he's been there.
Outstanding. And Coach Gardner was talking about him a couple games ago. It's like, we haven't seen the best of our receivers yet. And we're getting to that option and that action of seeing the best of the receivers, which will bring out the best of Brandon Nunez. And the best play in Fullerton College history. You can have one, you can have two. Let us know, as you said, Mark, what that best play is that you can remember. And it doesn't have to be the last 20 years since we've been around. It can be older than that.
Yeah, from any team.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a championship season. From any team. Do you think, as a fan, that's the best play I've ever seen here at Fullerton College? Corey and I talked about one that we already like. So the Hornets said, well, you know what? I'm tired of those Sportsnet guys telling us to wake up. We wake. Taking it to 5. Roll up the middle. Looking to get something going. So Raymond Roller gets it up to about the 24-yard line. 20-7 with 7:09 to go here on SportsNetUSA.net. And a turnover produces another touchdown for the Hornets.
It's supposed to happen, though, right?
It is.
When the team turns the ball over, that other team's supposed to score.
Brian Crooks is dealing this year. Always love talking to him during the week and on the weekends. Reed comes out, wants to find an answer, stay close. Hornets creep up. Reed, quick little pass. Incomplete. And Corey, when you watch the defense, you get this feel that they're all after one thing. The quarterback and the defensive backs are saying, just throw it in my vicinity. That's the way this defense looks right now.
That's the way a good defense is supposed to look. That way they don't have to think.
2nd down and 10 for the Comets. Reed goes back. 4 down linemen. They tried to beat him in the backfield. Going the outside. Dumps it to the back. Really nice play. Block in the back. Not called. 1st down for the Comets. And give it to Reed. Reed felt the pressure. Then the outside was open to him, Corey. And he finds Ireland. Just wandering down the street and says, hey, here, take my bus ticket.
Yeah, Neesmith flushed him out of the pocket. Bisto was on the coverage with the receiver, but Reed had so much room, he had to commit. So once he comes up behind the line of scrimmage, nice little volleyball toss for the 1st down.
Johnson to the near side of the field. Derby to the far side of the field. Ireland, the running back. Reed, the quarterback. 1st down and 10 at the 45 for the Comets. Reed goes back, throws it over here. Easy little pitch and catch to Micah Johnson.
And Fullerton will give you that. You use up the clock, you don't pick up much yardage, and by the time you get down to the red zone, you're in a rush. So Fullerton trying to bait them into a call. Middle linebacker new is Jeremy Naborn.
Derby to the far side of the field. Donnell in the slot next to him. Johnson to the near side field. Moves in a little. Reed stays in at quarterback. Ireland at running back. They hand it in the middle. That wasn't Ireland that time in there. That was Carr. Carr gets stopped trying to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And
Carr.
Carl and Ryan, that both defensive ends, converge in the backfield to slow up Carr.
So Carr stays in at running back. Reed at quarterback. Johnson to the near side of the field. Watch the tight end. Evan in the slot on the far side of the field. Hornets almost jump. They look like they're coming to back off. Third down and 3. Reed, quick little throw. Gets it. Nice turn. And it's right there on the money. So Donald.
Sky Donald did a nice job of just getting to the first down marker, turning around, making the catch.
4:47 to go. Johnson goes to the far side of the field. Ayala in the slot next to him. Near side of the field is going to be Derby. Reed looks things around. First down and 10, goes back. Clean pocket, throws it to Micah Johnson again. And Micah Johnson's just running a basic 7-yard out, Corey, and the ball's there.
Yeah, again, 5 to 7 yards, matriculating down the field, using the time. So Ryan Alamo back in, Ant Harris as well, Eric Hill, and Jordan Crawford, the starters, up front. Naborn, McNeely, and Biso are the backers. Milton, Little, corners, Grant, and Kearns, the safeties.
Carr in at running back. Reed looks things over. Second down. They're coming after Reed. Quick little pitch. Does it again. Going to see if he got up to the 35. They're going to call him short of the 35. That was Derby. Amari Derby pulls that one in.
And only a 1-yard gain. So Palomar is going to have to do a pump fake or whatnot because Fullerton is going to jump that.
Scholes goes to the far side of the field. He's been quiet. Scholes now comes to the near side of the field. Derby goes to the far side of the field. Ayala stays over there. So Scholes all by himself here on our side of the field. Reed goes back. Here comes the pressure in the middle. Reed throws it, but a gain of a half a yard at most on the play.
I think they're going to give him actually 2 yards on the play.
Wow. So fourth down. Empty backfield for Reed. Reed looks everything over. Johnson by himself. They wait so the Hornets can get players off. Reed tries to get him a jump. Look at the sidelines.
Here's where you want to go, zero coverage. Put 9 in the box and make them beat you over the top.
Quick kick, and we're going to get motion
Should be a
or
false start.
offsides. Okay.
So the left side of the line moved just a little bit. Eric got into his sprinter stance and came out of the blocks.
So he's going to move it back 5 yards. And so the little quick kick with 2:27 to go. Didn't really help at all. Try it again.
And Mark, you know, the way Fullerton is starting to click on offense, I'm not sure if you don't go for that on that 4th and short 2.
So we're going to get timeout on the field with 2:23 to go. And we're having a conversation because I think Garrett Campbell was saying, okay, what were all my options on this? So I can move him back, or I could decline it and leave him there and make them make a decision again on what they wanted to do.
No.
No?
No, if you make them, you say, okay, 4th and 2, you make them rethink, that's something they do go for. And the Faubert contingent getting the fans going. And they got a new water guy out there, Coach Robinson.
Dave knows how to distribute liquid, and that's why he got the job.
Always got mayonnaise in those bottles.
Well, that's right. You need to pick up your meatless sandwich today. Ryan's probably having that up at the wedding reception. So Kearns at the 10. Little backspin kick. Takes the thing. And it's going to get down to the 10. With 2:13 to go here in the first half. It's the Hornets 20, the Comets 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Jerry Roquet on camera today here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Jerry going from camera to camera. Corey keeping it on one camera. Jerry going to the 6 cameras we got down there. On his phone, on everything else. Jerry's just saying, hey, you know what? I'm having fun. I'm getting to play. Brandon Nunez says, getting to play. Watch this one, guys. Nunez goes back across the middle of the field, overshoots the receiver. And Jordan Tate said, you know, dude, put it on the money. I'm ready to run. Incomplete, stop the clock with 2:10 to go. Gabby Neyland's tents are right down in front of us, Corey. We'll put her down there next week with the team. You keep an eye on her. Our athletic trainers are close by. Run straight up the middle. Gain of 7 on the play. Garnett Davis III. Nice middle run. 3rd down. In 3. 1:53 to go. Nunez looks over. Levias to the near side of the field. Garnett Davis III at running back. Nunez at quarterback. Garnett keeps it. Sidesteps. Stays on his feet. Goes out the middle. Gets up to the 30. And he's starting to chug now, Corey Neyland. Garnett Davis fakes it in. Nunez across the middle of the field. On the money. And Jordan Tate kept saying, look, I've been open twice. You throw it into my hands, I'll catch it and run.
What you like about that play is Brandon didn't lead him into the defender so he could get lit up. And Jordan Tate did a nice job of making the catch when he knew he was going to get hit. And he was able to ready himself to absorb that contact. And that was just a nice play all around.
Brandon Nunez throwing with a great deal of confidence today. Looking smooth as you're watching this at home. Brandon says one more time. There we go. On the money again. Out of bounds. Incomplete. Hey, Corey, Brandon looks like he's got a rhythm today that he had at the beginning of the season. Yeah. And it looks like it's come back to him.
Yeah, and that play looked like an 0-2 count where the pitcher needs to waste one. So on that outside, they waste that one to come back and get the play they want here. Well, yeah, he does look good throwing the ball today.
Stewart now in the game in the slot. Throw it. Nice turn. Jordan catches it. Jordan now finding his rhythm in the game. We're under 1 minute to go. 3rd down and 3 for the Hornets.
He's from Central Hazelwood High School in Missouri.
Nunez, quick little turn. Throws it looking for somebody coming out of their break. Threw it a little early, and they didn't make a clean break on the ball.
Yeah, and the throw was rushed. That clean break threw off the timing, but it was a little bit rushed. So he was trying to hit Stewart on the break.
So it's going to bring 4th down and a long 2. A little far for a field goal because that would be almost 50.
And you don't mind the situation with the mobile quarterback.
Bakapuna goes out in the flat. Nunez said, open up the hole, I'll run it. Stays on his feet, turns, they drag him down. 1st down at the 15. Bacapuna clears things out when nobody picks up Nunez back there, but they all go after Bacapuna. Brandon pulls it down. Smart play on his part. Timeout on the field. 36 seconds to go. It's the Hornets 20. The Comets 7 on Sportsnet, USA.net. Well, I was looking for Jerry Padilla today because next week we're going to have an event on campus, Day of the Dead. And Jerry, who's been here for years at Fullerton College and has been an advisor on different projects, was one of the advisors for that, was going to get him up and explain the situation and why you should come next Thursday night. Didn't see Jerry walking in here. Usually see Jerry all the time walking in here. No Jerry down on the field either. Now, if I hear there's a lady in a wheelchair coming across the 20, I'll know who that is.
It wouldn't bother me.
Especially if she was running. Corey'd stick his head out and yell, "Run, babe, run." Nunez giving hand signals, waiting for the officials.
And, you know, I was also looking for your halftime guest, but I didn't see that person.
Oh, okay. Nunez giving signals. 1st and 10. Right at the 18. Tate goes in motion from right to left. Nunez, cross the middle, gets hit. Corey Neyland says, now there should be a flag.
That was a little bit early by Jason Pugal. But again, good pressure by Steven Artiago to rush that throw. Throw was there, but again, Pugal was a little bit early, and hey, you just let that one go because it was so close for a no call. Way to keep it in the pocket.
32 seconds to go here in the first half. Hornets up by 13. Nunez looks over. Looking confident and calm. Here comes the pressure. Brandon, cross the middle, touchdown. Brandon Nunez, yeah, right on the money, baby.
Neyland
Confident, leading Smith. And does he, Nunez looks like Leland in this game is the confidence builder for him.
6 touchdowns, but again, it's that same play. When you're working one-on-one because the pressure's coming, they're not dropping back into a zone. So the corners are getting on one-on-one against a receiver who's got confidence and a quarterback who has confidence in that receiver.
And you give him the inside route, Corey. You throw it and drop him off in there. Unless there's somebody waiting for him, it's a foot race. Usually the defender is beat.
Yeah, again, that video game. On the outside, one step, plant, and go inside. That's a slant route that's been open all game long.
27 seconds to go. It's the Hornets 27, the Comets 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Brandon Nunez looking smooth and the receivers having fun here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Another big crowd here at Fullerton College. If you got nothing to do on the weekends, you need to come watch these talented student athletes playing the game of football on the community college level. These are the stars of tomorrow here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Raymond Roller to the far side of the field. Big Donnie says, you know what? I'm going to go find some little pooch shot in the middle of the field. Taken down, caught right there, going down and falling on it with Sir Ray. Evan Sir Ray goes back and gets it with 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Well, the Hornets up by 20 right now as the Comets want something positive, so when they come into the second half, they'll be on a positive note. We'll take a look at some of the scores around the SCFA.
And you know, Mark, I was actually looking for Lorena again to come up and talk to you at halftime. and have a discussion. That was the halftime guest I was thinking about, and I forgot to ask her when she was up here.
Little bobble. And the Comets get a break on that. Running back gets hit in the backfield, and you know what you do if you're Ireland, your quarterback can't hand it off to you. You take it from him and take off running. And it looks like the Comets are going to let this half run out with 8 seconds to go. It's the Hornets 27, the Comets 7 here on Sportsnet USA.net. And that brings us to the end of the first half. And as we come to the end of the first half, well, it was your Hornets who woke up sooner than later and are up by 20 here on Sportsnet USA.net. Corey Neyland, while he goes down to see what else is going on along the way, might say to somebody, hey, go on and visit Mark up in the booth. And if you do, well, we'll see. Somebody comes to visit. If not, we'll just talk, and talk. Palomar trailing right now, 27-7 here on Sportsnet USA.net. Saddleback and Grossmont has just started their game. American River and Butte are in the first quarter, no score. Glenday and LA Valley are into about the 14th minute. Glendale up 6-0 here on Sportsnet USA.net. Golden West College against San Bernardino Valley. That's at 0. Chaffee in the Desert have not started yet. Santa Rosa and Feather River at 1 o'clock, no score. Sacramento City and Fresno City, well, they're just in the first quarter. Nobody's done anything. Long Beach has got on top in that Orange Coast College game. Long Beach 7, Orange Coast 0. Los Medanos 0, Foothill 0. San Jose hasn't started yet. Cabrillo later on in the game. LA Southwest and Santa Monica, well, that's a nail-biter. Santa Monica's still up by 1 in that game. Contra Costa against Modesto at 0. Sequoias and Reedley, no score. That's later. Pasadena is later with LA Pierce. Victor Valley, Allen Hancock and Canyons, that game's at 2. Ventura, Antelope Valley, Yuba and Redwood, that'll be later. One of the games to watch, Riverside Southwestern. Can Southwestern find a little miracle in their football calling? If they can, what an upset that would be. Sierra Shasta, that's at 6. San Diego Mesa against Mount San Jacinto. Interesting game. So we'll see what happens in that one. Played both those teams, walked away with tough victories in both of them. Mount Sac takes on East LA. That's tonight at 6 o'clock. That game will be on Sportsnet USA.net. Citrus and Cerritos, homecoming. And Moore Park and Bakersfield have a homecoming game. Both those games at 6. Compton takes on Santa Ana. Santa Ana on Sportsnet USA.net. Noah Alvarez calling that game, so make sure you tune in. Hartnell and Monterey Peninsula later. El Camino, Santa Barbara, De and Merced, all later tonight in the 3C 2A competition. So right now we're at the half where your Hornets are up 27-7 here on Sportsnet USA.net. The booth is emptied. Everybody's taking a break except Phil Thurman and myself, our SID here at Sportsnet USA.net. Look at some of the stats from that first half. First down, the Hornets 17. Palomar 5. We look at rushing yards, 57 to 33 in favor of the Hornets. Passing yards, 217 to 86 in that first half. And you can look at Brandon Nunez, 15 of 29. He was out for a few plays, so I'm going to give him 15 for 24. It's actually 15 of 28. Brandon having a great day today. Offensive plays, the Hornets 44 for 274. Palomar 33 for 119. And of course, you'll always hear me on sports@usa.net talk about our talented athletic trainers here. And I made a mistake a week ago, and I'm the first one to admit the mistakes I make all the time here on sports@usa.net, and said, we have a head trainer, and said who it was, and I was wrong. And the person that called me out at a soccer game is up here with me now, who is the one of 3 head trainers. Co-heads. And I just call you all head trainers.
Yeah.
Here. Lorena, who has been here, I don't know how many years you've actually been here at Fullerton.
I got here in July of 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know I've been here a long time.
Right. I'm approaching my first decade. I don't know how many decades you have.
I've been here for 20, well, as an announcer for 23.
Okay.
So
you
I've
only
been
have
here
1 decade on me.
Only 1 decade. But what our athletic trainers do up here, and Lorena will explain it more, but there are so many sports here at Fullerton College that it would be difficult for one individual, even if they had other people that want to be athletic trainers. They come here to train. I'm going to say train and study underneath you. It's almost like a graduate program.
It's like interns and observation students. And I mean, you're right, Mark. With 21, 22 sports that we have at Fullerton College, it'd be more than 1. It'd be more than 2. We just hired our 3rd full-time athletic trainer in Sandra Harris, and I still feel like we're working hard these days, you know. And we really can't do anything without our student support. And our student support, it's made up by observation students that are either here at Fullerton College, they go to Cal State Fullerton and it's undergrad, and they're trying to get into a program. To be an athletic trainer, you have to have a master's degree now, go through an accredited program, and Cal State Fullerton just right down the road, and Cal Baptist, CBU, are the 2 programs that we work with. So if you look at like this football sideline, you'll see that our staff is not just Juan and Sandra, but we have MSAT students, so the master students, and we have observation students, and we really couldn't do our job with just the 3 of us to cover these sports if we didn't have that student support and that student help. And we are forever grateful. We try to tell them every day, and you know, we get them free swag and get them front row tickets to all the games. But we really love how much our students, how passionate they are. And I think one of the things about our staff is we're all passionate about teaching. So everybody has a great experience here. So we give back to them by teaching them all the tricks of the trade and imparting our knowledge to them. So, yeah.
Yeah, and let's go back before Sandra got hired here as a full-time athletic trainer, and before she even came over here to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, because one day we were at a volleyball game, and I said to you, how many teams do you cover in a semester? And I thought you looked at me and gave me the outrageous number, and I went, no. How many teams do you take care of? And you threw the same number at me. So in the old days, what was it, like 13
I think
teams or something?
If you would have asked me during the fall how many things I cover, I think we have about like 7 sports, not including football, that go in the fall. I think the simple answer I gave you was I work everything but football.
But
in the
football, I
fall.
think that's what it was, yeah.
So, you know, we have our water polo teams, we have our soccer teams, cross country, women's golf, women's volleyball, and that's just the fall sports. And then you go into our winter sports, so we have men's and women's basketball. They're in the mix there. We have our teams in their non-traditional seasons, so we have softball, baseball, and tennis. And men's volleyball occasionally. So, I mean, football being the beast that it is, you see this every Saturday, occasional Thursdays. The beast that it was, Juan basically took on football. He tried his best to help me out wherever he could. But yeah, it was hard to cover those sports. And now with 3 of us, I think we have better coverage. We're able to cover things, but honestly, it still feels like I'm working hard. But I am able to take a breath and have some great interviews. I come and sit on the sidelines and get to watch a great game on a pretty hot day, hang out with you. But yeah, it was. I can't imagine how we did it just a year ago.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Either can I. And I think the thing that's interesting, which people need to realize, is, and you brought it up, there's not a sport that is forgotten. Ryan and Osborn and I were out shooting golf the other day, and we were over on the 18th fairway, and a familiar voice came up. That's where I sort of got told about what I said on the air.
Yeah.
In a golf cart, and it was Lorena following our young student athletes, the women's team of golf out there. And you were out there with the golfers, and I even looked at you when you were out there because there was one golfer that had tape on, and then the coach from Cuyamaca who saw you talking to us said, hey, could you do me a favor and go check on my player? I think she's having back problems.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I think people forget about Lorena, that they go, oh, yeah, you're out there for football, baseball, softball, basketball, the sports most people watch, and they forget about the other sports. But you're out there. There isn't a sport that goes away for you, any of you, is there?
No, we cover all hosted events. Obviously, football, they get in a way, athletic trainer, but any home event is going to be covered by one of our full-time certified athletic training staff. Yeah. In the non-traditional segment, we do use some of our part-times, but the problem with our part-time athletic trainers is they're trying to kind of Mickey Mouse jobs together, so their availability is really unpredictable, and sometimes it's at the exact same time that maybe they're working at a high school. So we have an athletic trainer who works for us, but he only works Tuesday, Thursday mornings, and sometimes Friday mornings because he works full-time at a high school, and he kind of moonlights with us with the part-time. So even though we have the money and we have the budget to have part-time athletic trainers, you're really at the mercy of what their availability is personally and professionally. You can't make them work, you know. So we always offer them opportunities, but it's really hard. And then just around, there's not that big of a pool of them. Like, I know that a lot of other schools are struggling to piece together some part-time athletic trainers and pay them well and you know, and get them to work. And there's very few schools that I feel like are feeling like, yeah, we have everything perfectly covered. We're all just trying to do the best that we can, but we take pride in making sure that, you know, we are well known for a couple sports here at Fullerton College, but I think I take pride in our whole staff, like Sandra, Juan, and we take pride in making sure that all of our student athletes know. And you know, when we were talking out at the golf course, and Ryan paid me that compliment of you know, what makes us great is the fact that we know our student athletes by name and everything, and you know, they don't care what you know until they know that you care. Yeah. I think it's something that we really pride ourselves on, and you know, we don't just treat body parts; we treat people, and I think that's what makes us great.
The thing that's interesting, most people will see athletic trainers because a lot of people watch the NFL, the NBA, WNBA, softball on the D1, volleyball on the D1 level, and they'll see an athlete get hurt. Sometimes they're simple injuries, sometimes they're horrific injuries, but most people really don't know what the line is for an athletic trainer. I mean, people will say, oh, they cover everything. So the simple question is, we know some teams have team doctors. If there's a team doctor, then how close are you with me saying there's team doctor and you're a half a breath away, or are you 6 breaths down? Because most people don't know till they say, well, a trainer got him off the field. Yeah. We'll find out later. Where do you fit in the medical profession?
I mean, if you talk to our team docs, they'll say, like, we're the first responders, and we're the most knowledgeable about knowing the student athlete and everything. So even if you see, like, here at Fullerton College, you see we have our team docs at football games and everything like that. But we're going to be the first ones to do the evaluation, to kind of go through the process and give them the information, and then they check it out. And then, you know, football's the only only sport that we have that has like a team doc there. So, you know, I don't really work football, so I don't really have that team doc like in the background. So our team docs really rely on us to give them the best information for when we do the referral. You know, sometimes we've sent our team docs like videos of, hey, here's what the injury looked like. Just a couple weeks ago, we had a soccer player go down with an ACL, and I was like, hey, doc, here's this. But they really rely on us to provide the acute care, and then after they've seen the team doc, obviously the team doc does the surgery or gets the MRI, gives us the official diagnosis and everything, and then our team docs turn it right back over to us for us to do that rehab and to get them back on the field. So there's a lot of value in the collaboration that we do, and we have a really great collaboration with our team docs, and they trust us a lot, and I'm really privileged to work with our team docs. So, you know, but sometimes you go to the D1 levels, and I don't know all that much about every D1 level, but I've had some friends that are athletic trainers at the D1 level, and they kind of get pushed to the side a little bit. That team doc is the one that's going out to the field. You know, the athletic trainer is still doing their job or whatever, but I feel like they turn it over a little quicker maybe to the team doc. Whereas, you know, since our team docs aren't literally right next to us, we're doing a lot of that, like legwork first to do the evaluation and find some clinical findings and give them the best information for them to do their clinical diagnosis and do their referrals. So,
because there's 3 of you, so do you ever have where it's your athletic group that somebody gets hurt? You know you're going to be busy with a team traveling the next day. Do you look at Sandra or Juan and say, hey, Mark's going to come in and Mark had this happen to him? Do you have paperwork on everybody, or do you say to that person, hey, Mark, stay at home, keep your leg up. I'll see you on Wednesday because I can't, or do you cover each other?
So we don't travel that much, so there's not really all that much of that scenario, but I'd say that as a staff, we collaborate a lot. Like I'll be like, hey, Sandra, can you take a second look at this knee? Or hey, Juan, like you're better at shoulders. Like I don't know what I'm feeling right here. Hey, Juan, can you take a look at this guy too? Or if we're not around, I mean, obviously, like we're open from basically 8 a.m. until 7 p.m., 8 p.m. So there's going to be like a little turnover or a little like crossover and everything. But I think as a staff, we have pretty good communication, and honestly, we have documentation, but it's basically like word of mouth. You know, hey, this person's like, hey, it might be a little bit more like, hey, I'm busy right now. Can you take a look at that person? This is what I found. Or, hey, that person's doing some rehab. Can you help me out with that? But that's also another opportunity for us to give our students experience. And so we let our students do like the follow-up care and do some of those rehabs. And you'll see like when athletes go down on the field, it might not be Sandra, Juan, or myself that is actually doing that initial on-field eval. These interns, they're trying to gain experience, and these MSAT students, the master students, you know, in 2 years, they're going to be certified. So we try to give them as much experience as possible. So it's not just the 3 of us collaborating on athletes, it's like an entire athletic training staff. From the people that, like the observation students all the way up to the certifieds.
I know you were a soccer player.
I was.
You played soccer, I believe, in college.
I did.
Is that what led you to the world of to be an athletic trainer?
Actually, it's very close. I grew up in a small town, Mount Shasta, California. We didn't have athletic trainers. I got hurt a lot because I wasn't just a soccer player. I wasn't allowed to come home until it got dark. So I was playing sports, any kind of sports. I was outside all the time. So I got hurt a lot. So I had seen an orthopedic surgeon a couple of times. My mom was a nurse. And I was like, you know what? I think I want to be an orthopedic surgeon. So going in, I went to Santa Rosa Junior College. So going into junior college, I decided to take an intro to sports medicine class. This gentleman walked in. His name was Byron Craighead. He's the head athletic trainer at Santa Rosa Junior College at the time. And he went off about this profession that you basically get to be like a doctor. You're outside and you get to watch sports all day and you get to do all of this fun stuff. And I never knew this profession existed. And from that first day of class, I said, that's what I want to do with my life. So it's a little bit of the playing soccer, but a little bit of like the medicine background. I mean, This is the greatest job ever, Mark. I am so happy every single day. I even come on my day off to come watch some sports.
Wow. Well, I've got to tell you, this is one of the more beautiful young women you will ever meet when you come on campus. She's an absolute charmer. She's a beautiful lady for a variety of different reasons when you get to meet her. Got to watch her, though, because if you say the wrong thing to her, you're going to get that snappy little crickly response. But that's okay, because that must mean that you really do care about each other. At least I hope so. If she denies that, now I'm going to feel real bad.
No. I think being a female in sports, you got to have that edge. You can't be a pushover, and you got to speak up for yourself.
Well, you got that edge on me because you're a youngster and I'm an old guy. So, that's okay. But I'm telling you, if you're ever around the athletic trainers of Fullerton, stop in and see what they do. They are the most marvelous crew you can walk into. They take care of student athletes. Your children are in the best hands in the world of these 3 co-trainers at Fullerton College. They are wonderful. They know their stuff. And I can tell you, when we talk the praise about them, it's because myself, Ryan Osborn, or Corey Neyland believe that if I ever went down or he went down, we'd want you to be the trainer that would come over and say, hey, this is the problem and this is what you need to do here at Fullerton College.
Let's hope you never need an athletic trainer there, Mark.
I have, but that was way back. Thank you, Lorena.
All right, you guys take care.
So that's what we have here on sportsnetusa.net. Lorena and I talked the entire half. She could have stuck around for the second half. We'd have talked more about what she does as Corey Neyland comes on back. Thank you, Corey. I know you stopped out there and saw Lorena on the way and said, hey, go keep the old guy company. Lorena says, I don't run a nursing home. So Corey's looking to see which headset he is as we get ready for the second half here on sportsnetusa.net. My partner's back. Oh, my other partners are back. We stole their chairs. Thank you, gentlemen, for letting us sit down and talk to each other. As Fullerton, as we head to the second half, is up by 20. It's the Hornets 27, the Comets 7 here on sportsnetusa.net. I saw everybody walking in with pizza. There wasn't a pizza party down there, was there? Ah. Leave some material for Corey if he wants to look at it. So the Comets are going to kick off. The Hornets feeling good right now. But anything can happen because we have another half of community college football here on sportsnetusa.net. Don't forget that market right down the street. Discount Markets of Fullerton, Commonwealth, Chapman, my friends. Buying food, no better place to go. Discount Markets of Fullerton here on sportsnetusa.net. Thank you, Ryan Osborn. Hornets get the ball, kick down deep, caught at the 1. Looking for the 10 to the outside. Slips on a little wet turf, and Jeremy Gonzalez goes down. Jeremy's been quiet today, Corey Neyland, but everybody else is catching the football.
Yeah, Jeremy does have 1 reception for 13 yards. And so he's done a nice job of being that one guy. I mean, they've spread it around. And when you have a hot receiver like Leland Smith and Jordan Tate, you can feed them throughout the game and let them get their numbers up, and your time will come around.
Brandon Nunez comes in there. Vakapuna goes from right behind Nunez. Hand it off to Michael. Michael cuts the outside. Stays on his feet. Gets across the 20 all the way to the 23. Gain of 5 on the play.
So up front for the Hornets, it's going to be Nichols, Garcia, Siatanu'u, Terrones, and Sanders.
I want to thank Lorena and Corey Neyland for bringing her up here. Great conversation. We could have talked for an hour. That half went quick. Nunez, second down. Vakapuna says, I can go to the left. I can go to the right. Get across the 20, down the 23, maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
Pursuit by Yasin Shakab, or excuse me, Kachab, and also Omar Ali.
And I saw the official stop the clock. And I'm not sure what they're looking at, Corey. What was there, a drone in the vicinity?
Could have been.
Could have been a drone in the vicinity. Can't have drones out over the field while the game is going on. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5.5. I like those uneven numbers here on sportsnetusa.net. Brandon Nunez says cross the middle, throws behind the receiver, had the receiver over, and if he leads him, CJ still running.
Yeah, he's just got to put it on the numbers for a completion, and for CJ, who had a couple catches in that first half. Actually, 1 catch in the first half for 6 yards. That would have gone for significantly more.
Sky comes out for the Comets. Sky Donnell is going to stand at the 36. Comets looking for a big return, feeling like they could get back in it. Mamana, beautiful spiral, takes him back to the 28. He gets eaten alive at the 30, and he'll be down right there.
51 yards in the air, no return, his longest punt of the season. There is a flag at the 23-yard line. So will the flag wipe it off?
We'll see. Corey, I will tell you, I didn't go through the stats because that's when Lorena came in, and I figured I'd rather learn about the world of athletic trainers with Lorena. So we have a conversation on the field. Game started, it was sluggish in the first quarter. Then it picked up. Then the Hornets caught on fire. So it's going to be against the Hornets.
So couldn't see what the personal foul was for, but you're going to. So they're going to say push in the back after the play. So give them 15 more yards. So 51 yard will stand. And Mark, you know, you were chatting with Lorena. Other people were chatting online from Phoenix City, Alabama, Evansville, Indiana, Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, all checking in on the chat. So thank you for joining, and hope you're enjoying the game.
So the Comets take it up to the 45. Reed stays in at quarterback. You look at the Comets trying to get something going. Reed, look in the middle of the field. Throws it a little short, but it's enough to get to Scholes, who gets a 1st down.
You know when an underthrow is good, and it's not a back shoulder, but actually an underthrow was needed because it blanketed coverage by Quentin Ashford, but Scholes comes back to the ball and makes a nice catch. And a good job by Kia Reed to make the throw. 10 of 20 in the first half, 86 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Ireland stays in the backfield. Reed, again, tight formation. Try to slow down that rush from the Hornets. Reed hands it off to Ireland. Ireland gets into the pile. They find going back and forth. You know, once again, Corey, when we talked about officials not throwing a flag, that's a good time because you saw the official sort of reach back in his pocket and then said, nah, you know what? I saw this movie last night, and I know there's a SAG strike, but guys, I like watching movies where there's talent. Pana comes to the near side of the field. Reed looks at things, trying to figure it out. Ireland stays in the backfield. High snap, going down, throws it down there, and a little bump, and they're going to throw the flag, and you say it's a good call.
Yeah, that one was impeding the progress on Quentin Ashford, so you're going to take that 5-yard holding penalty. for an automatic first down.
So Scholes tried to get out, a little bump into, like Corey said, that's sort of like stepping in front of somebody at a fast food line. And, you know, on that, you throw a little food at them. Here, you just march off some yardage.
They called that a 15-yard pass interference.
That's what he called, yeah. That's why I looked at you and asked you.
Okay.
Corey said he understands the call, doesn't necessarily like it, but understands it. So Reed says, hey, guys, we're on the move. Let's keep going. Let's get something in there. Carr's in the backfield now. Reed picks the car. Quick little thing. Nice little throw out in the flat to Heron. Heron's been good for them so far today. Quincy, the big tight end out of San Diego, gets a gain of about 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3. Right at the 14-yard line. Carr stays in the backfield with Gonzalez, the fullback, up in front. So see Gonzalez, front of Carr. Reed to his right. Reed got smothered. They're playing tag, then keep away. And Reed said, wait a minute, who are all the guys in the yellow jerseys?
Talk about a play that had no chance. The fake wasn't actually to Carr, Mark. It was a fake to Chris Harm, who was on Fullerton's defense. So Reed had to pull it back and try to get some yardage.
I felt bad for him. I thought, wait a minute. He invited his friends and all his neighbors showed up.
He was late for the pizza party.
Yeah, made 2 of us. Carr stays in the backfield. Reed looks things over. Reed down by his shoes. Throws it out all by himself. A catch and a move, a sidestep, cut back towards the middle. Nice catch as Raymond Roller hasn't really been out there to catch a pass. Nobody picked him up, Corey, first down.
No, but that's the play they've been setting up this whole series. You saw those 3 passes to the outside where they ran one outside, ran one long. They were waiting for the corner and the safety to miscommunicate so they can pick up big yardage. They pick up a first down on that miscommunication.
10:38 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's the Hornets 27, Palomar 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Reed having a good drive this time. 1st and goal. Hand it off to Carr. Carr stays on his feet, finally gets stood up. It's taken down at the 2. And every once in a while, you watch a defender standing over somebody he knocked on the ground and give him the old flex. And you're thinking, don't do that.
Yeah, because next time it's going to be a penalty. Officials let that one go. They have good command today.
2nd and goal. Reed flips it up. Back to Scholes. Touchdown, Palomar.
Excellent route by Scholes. What Scholes did is he baited the defender into saying, okay, ball's not coming. So he completely stopped. Ball is in the air, and at the last moment, he takes 2 steps and makes that catch. Good throw by Reed for 6 points.
Yeah, and I thought it was a perfect throw by Reed because he gave it just enough over that nobody else was going to get that ball. So the Comets do what they want to do. Corey Neyland's going to whack a fly and catch me in the back of the head. I just know it down here. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is no good. So with 9:46 to go, the Comets are down 27-13 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
And we didn't talk much about the Fullerton defense, giving up only 11 points this season per game. 2nd in the SCFA in yardage total per game at 250. 1st in the run game as well. 11th in passing. But number 1, this is the best defense in Southern California, and that is the Hornets. Santa Ana may be listed in a couple others, but the level of play that Fullerton has had, they are the best defense in SoCal. So back deep is going to be Kadari Kearns. And it looks like it is Kavion Bills as well on the near side, number 86.
So Kearns and Bills back deep for the Hornets. 9:46 to go in the third quarter. Well, they're still up by 14 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Bills takes it in the end zone. Comes up the middle. Cuts the outside. Has some room to run. Cuts the corner. Sideline there. Taken down from behind. Horse collar tackle against Palomar.
So he takes it 42 yards on the return. And you're going to add 15 yards to that. Kavion, speedy 5'7" from Hillcrest High School in Illinois.
And of course, we want to thank everybody for watching us here on SportsNetUSA.net, around the country, around the world. Say hi to all the relatives watching their young student athletes play. So Brandon Nunez brings him out to 45. Brandon pump fakes, looking. He's got his man all by himself. Over the shoulder catch. Leland Smith. He's got it right there. And Leland looked for it. Nice little shoulder pump fake. Freezes somebody.
And Brandon comes up limping. Waves off Garrett, say, I'm okay. But again, not his best throw. If it's a good throw, then that's a touchdown, but instead it's a first down. And we'll see if they get the run game going here with Brandon limping on that play.
Well, and it's his front foot that you have to step on when you stride. And if it's ankle, we'll see. Garnett Davis III comes back in at running back. Brandon Nunez brings him back out. Brandon steps back. Got to take a run. It throws across the middle. And, Corey, there's one of those plays where you talk about putting your receiver out there. Levias was going to catch it. A defender just happened to be standing there.
Yeah, and that's one where he led him into the hit, and that's always a dangerous play. And there was nothing malicious about the hit, but you're going to make that as a defender. And let's hope Austin's okay as he is still down. And that's one where if Brandon's not injured,
he takes off running.
He runs.
So we've got a player down on the field with 9:14 to go here on SportsNetUSA.net. The Hornets up by 14, started off slow, then took the lead, and the Comets have creeped back just a little closer here in the second half on SportsNetUSA.net. Next weekend we have Grossmont here at 12 noon on SportsNetUSA.net. Ryan Osborn will be back if he didn't get married off this weekend. You know, Corey, I remember when your hair was that long. See if I can get Corey Neyland to be somebody that I make most people cry on the air, you know.
No, it's getting there.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's not going to get that long again. Although I do miss it.
Good. It really did, though. When I saw her hair, first thing I thought about is when yours used to be long, or like Avery's, which is beautiful. One of our alumni from KBPK. Nunez comes out. Goes across the middle. Touchdown. Who else would you go to? The hottest man in town, Leland Smith. Third of the day.
So on this possession, 2 receptions. In the first half, Leland had 5 for 107. So we had, 40-something now? So 7 for 147, 3 touchdowns.
So spotted at the 10. You add on 20. Ball is spotted. The kick is up, and the kick is good. It's now the Hornets 34. The Comets 13 on sportsnetusa.net. Big turnout today here on sportsnetusa.net. Palomar made a nice little showing from down there. Looking at the coaching staff, they're all nice and relaxed. They got candy, they got fruit, they got chips. They have a smorgasbord next door. What are you doing? Reconnaissance work for Corey Neyland with the binoculars out? So the Hornets work their way down the field, 34-13. Got it to 5. Up to the 20. Down at the 25. So Roller's been the one who's been bringing most of the kicks back for the Comets. 3C 2A is not updating their scoreboard, so I thought I'd go and look. So nothing new to tell anybody. Reed comes back out. Ireland with him. Aaron goes in motion from left to right, stops. Hand it off, right tackle, and Corey. Really nothing there on the running play all day long for the Comets.
No, 33 yards in the first half, a couple here in this third quarter. This is what Fullerton does, number one, in the SoCal area in stopping the run. We'll get to a couple other scores. San Mateo is up on Diablo Valley, 28-0 up north, and American River shutting out Butte, 24-0 right now.
Whitehead and Heron come to the near side of the field. Reed drops it off in the middle. Gain of maybe 1 again. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Crawford and Harris make the tackle. Come on out for a minute.
Tate Reed in the slot to the near side of the field. Jake Whitehead next to him. Reed, quarterback, fakes it, needs somebody to help, throws it in the middle, and it looked like Reed was saying, I want to get out of here. I got bees chasing me. Actually, they're Hornets, and that's why he threw the football in the middle of the pile. It'll bring up a 4th down for the Comets.
Reed said, I'm done. I'm out on this play.
C.J. Broy standing at the 35. C.J. backs up, catches it over his shoulder, looks for someplace to go, cuts to the right. Has a little room up that sideline, steps out of bounds across the 30, maybe at the 32 or 33 yard line.
So 52 yards, wind aided, and a 10-yard return. And so with the flag on the play, the officials will discuss what's happening. And we'll discuss up north more scores, 14-10 Fresno City over Sacramento City. With a minute to go in the first half, Foothill over Los Medanos, 21-6. Elsewhere, Cabrillo 3-0 over West Hills Coalinga. Modesto 28-14 over Contra Costa. Sequoias and Reedley tied in the first, just started there. And also in NorCal, Yuba Redwood start later. Sierra Shasta later. Hartwell, Monterey Peninsula is later, and Merced and De Anza at 7. So the early matchups, the shocker really is American River shutting out Butte in the first half, 24-0.
And another one is San Bernardino Valley up over Golden West College, 14-10. Be a huge loss for Golden West College.
Elsewhere down here in SoCal, Saddleback versus Grossmont is scoreless. Glendale 13-6 over LA Valley. So with the personal foul, you're going to add 15 yards to the return to the 50. Long Beach over OCC 42-3, Mark. 7:30 left in the second quarter.
So Cornelli in at quarterback for the Hornets with 7:31 to go here in the third quarter. Cornelli almost has it picked on a nice defensive play by the Comets, and that was Henry Davis III that went up and knocked it down.
Slow developing, not really a screen, but a slow developing crossing pattern that never developed and disrupted by Davis III. And it'll be interesting with 7:25 to play in the game. Have we seen the last of Brandon Nunez for today, or can the Fullerton offense continue it?
Yeah, and you wonder because we saw Brandon limping, why try something with him? Bakapuna's got it, hits the line of scrimmage, gets maybe a yard at the 50. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Hornets. 7:13 to go here on SportsNetUSA.net.
George Dua and Preston Jeffs, they're patrolling the right side of the offensive line. Sia Tanu'u is the center. We'll see you on the left side in just a moment.
Cornelli looking things over. Gets everybody to move when he claps his hand. So the receivers on the near side of the field said, wait a minute, was that a do-si-do, C.J. Broy? Along with Jordan Tate, who both said, was I supposed to move? Going to move him back 5 yards. C.J. and Jordan both lifted up their hands and said, we're at fault. Leland Smith says, guys, throw it to me. Michael Bonacapuna says, I'll just take it back across the 50. That should bring up a 4th down for the Hornets. So Cornelli doesn't move anything. And out quickly for the Comets. Sky comes out. Well, we'll see if he can Sky with 6:27 to go here in the third quarter on SportsNetUSA.net. Jerry, Corey, and the old guy happy to bring you the game. High spiral, can't get to it, takes one bounce. And down at the 10.
So 2 flags on the play. 40-yard kick. So it'll be interesting what the play, or who the flags are against. Other scores around the 3C2A, Santa Monica 14-12 over LA Southwest. Scoreless between Pasadena and LA Pierce, West LA, Victor Valley, and Canyons versus Hancock. All scoreless in the first. Antelope Valley 3-0 over Ventura early in the first quarter, 5 minutes gone by. Riverside plays Southwestern tonight. So that could be a long one for the Jaguars. Mount Sac versus East LA. If East LA plays the way they have been the last 2 games, it could be a contest. But Mount Sac this season, Mark, looks to be like the old Mount Sac, ready to go. San Diego Mesa plays Mount San Jacinto. That should be a good broadcast or a good game. Citrus goes to Cerritos later. Bakersfield hosts Moore Park. And we'll see if Compton fields a team this week against Santa Ana. That game, along with the East LA game, will be on sportsnetusa.net a little bit later. And El Camino rounds out tonight in SoCal at Santa Barbara.
You did do what Ryan said. I just checked my phone. Go back to vMix and hit record.
What's that?
You did do what Ryan said, right? Go back to vMix and hit record. I just saw my note. I didn't check my phone.
Oh, from this morning.
Yeah, yeah. I just saw Ryan's note. Comets have a long way to go. The run defense of Brian Quirk says, you're not going on this path. No yellow brick road this way. And it's not going to take you home even if you do click your heels. Second down.
And Mark, new Hornets on the field. Thaddeus Jones is a safety, number 39. Eric Hill runs on. Junior Kennedy up front with him, Jordan Crawford and Terrence Hansbrough. Ty Milton is a near side corner.
Reed brings him out, looking to find somebody, goes back. Quick little throw, goes to the flat. Nice little pitch and catch. Gain of about 5 on the play. So Washington pulls it in. Washington on the far side of the field. Whitehead comes in near side. Whitehead gets it. Gets taken down quickly, so Jake gets a catch.
Doesn't matter, it's going to be 5 yards because Fullerton had 12, 13, 14, 15 players on the field. So,
well, hey, you know, everybody wants to play.
So Asuna also in the Mike Backer position.
Yeah, illegal substitution. So that's going to give them an automatic first down with 5:25 to go here in the third quarter.
Was it 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6? Is that an automatic first down?
Thought it was 3rd and 5.
Okay.
So 1st and 10 at the 15. Washington over here, across the middle of the field.
And that's one of those, another throw to get your receiver hurt. Brandon Nunez did one, Reed does one here. Biso, and then again, the hits, not malicious. They were just football hits, and the receivers were glad they get up.
Yeah, Quincy Heron. So Heron walks off the field on his own. Whitehead comes to the near side of the field with Caleb Armstrong. Fullerton walks up. Goes to the far side. Nice little pitch and catch, caught right there. Evan pulls it in.
So Langenbach has had a couple targets. That's his first catch tonight, or today.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and trying to reset the chains. There's something wrong with the chains on the far side of the field. It's like they're tangled up.
And Mark, there's been a dramatic lull in activity and action and enthusiasm here at Scherbeck Field, Hornet Stadium.
4:27 to go here in the third quarter.
You were going to have a long fourth, my friend.
So we just heard a suggestion from our SID. He wants to make this a 5-hour game. So look out here. I think people are sleeping right now. Shades over here.
No.
Everybody shifts for the Comets from left to right. Reed gets ready. Reed on a quick pitch. They go to the outside. Did they get to the chains? The Hornets are saying no.
I don't think they did. That was a loss of yard, loss of 1 or 2.
So it's going to bring up a 4th down, and the Comets, with 3:51 to go here in the third quarter, going to have to kick it away.
Okay, so no gain instead. So, Mark, you were wanting a punt return?
I do. High snap, kick away, end over end, ball's going to hit, everybody goes away. He goes out of bounds right at the 40. C.J. Broy just stood back there and said, let her bounce, let her bounce. 3:23. Hardest working man on the campus of Fullerton College. Scott Giles comes back. You know what? Nobody brought Scott one picnic basket. Did you notice that? I asked for picnic baskets.
Well, we got them.
And Scott didn't get any.
We got donuts, Mark.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
And you know what I'm thinking? Shouldn't have gave up the chair.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to sit down in it. There's 150 years at this end of the booth. I have to talk to our SID about getting more chairs up here. Brandon Nunez back in the game. Hands it on a straight dive play to Bakapuna. Gets maybe 2. C.J. Broy comes back in the game, goes to the far side of the field.
So Mark Nunez is back in the ball game, and now they bring in Garnett Davis III as well.
Got Jeremy Gonzalez in the slot. Garnett Davis III goes from left to right. Broy goes in motion. So 2 people did not set. So Garnett Davis III moves on the play before he is set. C.J. Broy moves on the play and says, oh, let's create a little confusion. Everybody in the booth said, wait a minute. You can't do that, guys. 2:39 to go here in the third quarter. C.J. Broy goes to the far left. Nunez says, C.J., I'm going to roll out. Go deep. Throw it across the middle. Cameron Wood said, hey, look what I found.
Steven Arteaga had pick. He knew pick from 10 yards away. It went right through his hands, right into Cameron Woods' arms, and they pick up a first down.
That's like going out trick-or-treating and finding a baby Ruth that's saying, that's the only one I've seen all night, taking it. Nunez goes out again, pump fakes. He's going to roll, steps out of bounds.
Actually, Mark, you leave the baby Ruth there. Overrated candy bar.
Gain of 5 on the play.
But you make the first down. That's what you keep.
There you go. Second down and a long 6 for the Hornets. Nunez to Cameron Woods, coming across. Gives a straight arm, gets away, push him on the ground. Flag on the field.
They're going to get a hold on Garnett Davis III.
Flag on the field. Holding against the Hornets.
So bring that 10 yards back. Still be second down. It'll be about second down and 12.
You know what? It's nice to know the coaching staff listens to sportsnetusa.net.
Like I said, they got it out their system.
I'm never going to see you. I've never got to see another one this week or next week.
There you go. They got at least 2 to 3 games that they don't have to see another tight end pass or run. But again, tremendous tight ends, and utilized all season though. They haven't been neglected.
Nunez goes back, steps up, gets hit, ball comes out. Should be a fumble. And it is recovered by the Hornets. So Nunez stepped up, had the ball up high, got it batted away. Hornets maintained position. We're under a minute here in the third quarter. Third down and about 9 for the Hornets. Nunez says, I'm going to let the clock run, Mark.
We need one more before the end of the third quarter.
Garnett Davis III gets a little tilt. Garnett stays on his feet. Garnett, oh, Garnett, I thought I was going to get to call that one for you, baby.
What you like about that play is, let's go third down and punt. You need third down and about 15 yards to go. Garnett says, okay, that's fine. Let's go first down and 10 after I pick up that.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. As we end the end of the third quarter, it's the Hornets 34, the Comets 13, here on sportsnetusa.net. You know, when you got a football game this long, you didn't have enough water, no snacks, you needed something else to eat, maybe a vitamin, you got a headache, you got to pick up an aspirin, you just don't know what to do. Well, I get in my car, and I go to Discount Markets of Fullerton. That's where I go. I can find that water, I can find that aspirin, and if I really need food, it's there. I just go see the ladies and say, hey, what's on sale today? They let me know. I fill up my basket. I come back to Fullerton College, and I'm ready for another 5-hour game on sportsnetusa.net. So don't forget, next weekend at 12 noon, here as we take on Grossmont, stop by Discount Markets of Fullerton, load it up, because you don't know how long that game could be here on sportsnetusa.net. Discount Markets of Fullerton between Raymond and Chapman. Oh, on Raymond between Chapman and Commonwealth. I'll figure it out yet. See, this is what happens when I don't get any water here on sportsnetusa.net. That's right, Corey. You hold your hands out that way. That's Chapman. That's Raymond.
Commonwealth.
That's Common. There
Chapman.
We go. Raymond. You got it, baby. We know where we're going. 15 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Brandon Nunez says, I'll tell you what I'll do, Mark. I'll throw a touchdown to a tight end. Rolls out. Looks back the other direction. Going deep. Leland Smith. Oh! Leland says, I cannot get in. First and goal at the 2. Brandon almost did what I asked him to do. Throws again. Leland can't get it. Incomplete pass. trying to drag it in. Ryan Osborn letting us know he's still watching the game here on SportsNetUSA.net. Hornets trying to dink one across the line.
So we finally reached the fourth quarter.
I thought I saw Jerry walk behind me. I thought Jerry thought, this game's so long, I'm leaving, guys.
Like we said, finally reached the fourth. That was a long first quarter, if you pay attention to the screen.
So what games are on at 7:30 tonight or 8? Because we ought to be getting there right about when they start. Maybe you should have left Gabby upstairs.
Those rooms weren't being used, and there was AC. But again, thank you for joining us again. As always, we enjoy broadcasting for everyone.
So they move it back. Hornets. Brandon Nunez says, once again, I'm looking for the tight end for Mr. Pavlovich. He's been complimentary tonight. Keeps it himself. Gets taken down. It's going to bring up a 4th down. And Mr. Faubert is coming out there. Just proving once again that, hey, when it comes to kicking a football or a football, he's not sure who is better, himself or his sister who plays soccer.
I think it goes weekly.
For Cypress College. Ball is spotted. Kick is up.
Nope.
And the kick is no good.
So that's okay. That was Mark who jinxed him. He's now 7 of 8 for field goals on the season.
So with 13:24 and Ryan getting dressed for a wedding, the Hornets look like they could walk away with a victory here on SportsNetUSA.net.
And it's been a good game for the Hornets. It hasn't been necessarily the most crispy, but it's been good. They're getting the win, and they're working on things. And we're seeing new things every week from this Hornet squad on offensive, defense, new players that are coming up and showing improvement. So it's something that is good to see coming to the end of the season.
Yeah, it's nice to see Brandon Nunez has found his rhythm again, and I think the Hornets are going to need somebody like Brandon. Throw it across the middle. Great pitch and catch, and Micah just turns on that. Johnson down the field, finally gets forced out of bounds. And you needed to wrap up Micah and tackle him, not just hit him, because that young man is quite an athlete for the Comets.
You think?
Yeah.
50 yards, actually 45 yards on the throw, catch, and run.
And we have player down in the far side of the field. So
we'll see. Let's hope he's okay. And that's Mo Gamage.
Gets up and runs off, so.
So good job for Mo. Gamage, we said we like the name because he provides, when he's out there, he tries to cause damage, but this time it was to himself. And he's another one of those guys who, when he gets playing time, he does make plays.
Johnson to the near side of the field. Reed. The Hornets move over. They're coming after him. Reed finally gets swallowed up at the 42-yard line. So the defense gets another set. Corey, I haven't looked. I tried to find it, but the Hornets have to be close as a unit for the amount of sacks they have this season.
They're second in the SCFA.
Okay.
Is that the first one today?
Yeah, they really haven't got to read that often. When they do, it's a half-yard gain.
That's the first.
So they throw it over at the 40, caught there.
That's the first sack tonight. They've been in today. They've been in the backfield, but they just haven't brought down Reed until now.
Yeah, Reed backs up when he feels the pressure. He's taken off running a couple times. He throws it quickly. Then L comes in near side of the field. Scholes, Kyrie outside of him. There's a grab, gets away, throws it now. Pitch and catch, and what a sweet looking catch on the sidelines by the Comets.
Sky Donnell with great catch as Reed running for his life. Carl was chasing him, Ryan was chasing him, and Sky said, let me Sky and make this catch. Gets close to a manageable third down.
So 4th down and 4 for the Comets. 11:42 to go. DeMarcus Carr in at running back for the Comets. Running game hasn't done much. Carr sneaks out, going down deep. Back step on the money. Sweet little move by Scholes, and he has run a couple routes today that have been picturesque for a wide receiver.
Because Reed was just throwing to a spot in the end zone, so Scholes had to make a in-step against Jamari Griffin, then comes back out because he knows where the ball is going. Griffin did not. He runs under it, and that's just an impressive play.
So the Comets get on the board, trying to get to 20, trying to get crawl back. Corey, if they can make this, they're going to go for 2. So timeout.
Timeout has been called on the Fullerton Hornets.
Fullerton.
And you know Brian Crooks is not happy with the score 34-19 now.
No, not at all. And Corey, I think one of the reasons he's not happy is you've talked about only 1 sack recorded. And even when they've gotten pressure on Reed, he's been calm down there.
Like the DJ.
Oh.
He does play good music. So he's just enjoying the atmosphere. And it's one of those things, Mark, that he's actually playing music that everybody can listen to. Reed is throwing passes that everybody can catch. But again, you're upset because we thought there was a lull in the action, a lull in the gameplay. But Fullerton on defense, a lull in the action. And so that's what Brian Crooks and his coaching staff are trying to relate to the players, that, keep your heads in.
So now, going for 2, do you agree with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, no.
Okay.
Because you're still going to be down by 2 touchdowns.
Just looking for a third person that may,
No, 20. Well, they did miss an extra point, so.
Oh, Reed has it hiked at his feet, flips it up, can't get it. Reed was not ready. They hiked the ball, it hit down by his feet. He had to pick it up and then run and just flip it, and they're going to look at the center, not the quarterback when they come off. They're going to be asking, why'd you hike the ball? And yeah, it's the big guys that are getting an earful for the Comets on what just happened right there. 34-19, they're still in it. 16-16, you win the game by 1.
Yeah, but you got to realize it, unless your kicker is hurt, if you make, you missed 1 extra point already, but most likely you're going to make the next one, and it's 34-20. So that means you get another touchdown, extra point, you're only down by 7. You get another touchdown, you tie it up with an extra point. Now you got to get an extra point and a 2-point conversion, and you saw this 2-point conversion was not good.
Yeah, and if you're the Comets, you really have to now stop Fullerton. You can't let them drive down the field. The clock is against you. It's 11-12, even though this has now been a 5-hour game. there's another 30 minutes to go. You've got to stop the Hornet offense. Kearns goes back, picks it up in the end zone. Kadari says, give me a little step, and goes right into somebody in a white shirt waiting for it.
I'm sorry. The best thing about that run back, Kavion Bills has his right arm in the air, waving, come this way.
We just got a flag on the sideline.
And he's yelling to Kadari, come this way, come this way. Problem is, there's a man standing right in front of Kavion, and
He doesn't block him.
walk right by him to tackle Kadari.
Yeah. So a flag on the field right at the Fullerton College bench to stop the clock with 11:04 to go. So unsportsmanlike conduct against the Hornets. So that's going to move them back. Let's take a little walk.
Okay, and let's see, Mark, if they do throw the ball. Bevino on that far right side had one touchdown catch and one pass attempt on the far side against Southwestern.
So Nunez stays in at quarterback. C.J. Broy to the near side of the field. Broy on a flanker screen. Turns the corner. Turn around the corner. Nice little play taken there by Jeremy Gonzalez. Flag in the backfield behind Nunez. And it's because a helmet came off and the Comet kept participating.
And that's Barrett Brennan.
Yeah, it's against the Comets for illegal participation on number 90.
Where was the tackle made at? Where do I spot that from? Where did I mark that back from?
Well, you got 15 from there, 31, 21,
16.
16-yard line.
So 16-yard line. And Mark, that's one of those plays where Fullerton,
Nunez comes out. Leyland Smith says, throw it my direction. He pumps fakes it to Leyland. Goes back over to Tate on the other side. Tate has it knocked away with 10:36 to go here in the fourth quarter.
and you wonder if the coaches were thinking, you know what, we've got a 34-13 lead. Let's see if we can be good on offense, maybe get one more score, and let those second teamers like Corneli and Larson run the quarterback, get those secondary wide receivers in there.
Well, and Corey, you need to realize too, if you're not smoking your opponents, you're going to go down in the rankings. So, you know, that's the thing that hurts you. Nunez crossed the middle of the field. One that was there to Leland Smith, and that time the butter was on the sandwich and he couldn't hold on to it. Slipped out of his fingers, hit the curb, and wasn't going to pick it up to eat it. Incomplete pass. Third down. Broy goes to the far side of the field. Bakapuna at running back. Smith to the near side of the field. Levias with C.J. Broy and Jordan Tate on the far side. Nunez gives it to Bakapuna, who slips. Bakapuna breaks at the 50. Bakapuna says, ride me like a bull. Down to the 30, first down, Michael.
So 34 yards. Longest run of the season has been 51. That was against College of the Canyons.
Fake it to Bakapuna. Going over. Leland says, push me up. Catch at the 1.
So 7 receptions in the first half, 11 total in this game. Neyland Smith, dare we say, player of the week in the SCFA this week.
He should be. Garnett Davis the third. Knocked down short.
Actually, I'm sorry, I gave him 2 catches too many. He's got 9 tonight. That's unofficial. Let's get the official stats.
Good luck. Second and goal for the Hornets. Neyland Smith has been spectacular today. Brandon Nunez runs it in. Touchdown for the Hornets. 9:26 to go. Nunez walks it through the open door. Big Donnie's looking out the window. Not sure what he's looking at. Looks over here and says, hey guys.
Well, Mark, not many times where we can actually say we could have scored on a run. We could have scored on that one.
Well, even Big Joe, the sandwich, the big sandwich could have made that one. Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. 41-19 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. 9:26 to go. Ryan Osborn, the offense has awakened here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
Brandon Nunez, 21 of 39, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air. On the ground, 8 carries, 35 yards with that rushing touchdown. Elvis has got 51 yards. Davis III's got 43. On the ground, for receiving, Neyland Smith, 9 receptions. Well, we got that one right. 212 yards, 3 touchdowns. 23 yards per catch. Jordan Tate, 5 for 65. Cameron Woods, 3 for 33. Gonzalez has 2. Levias has 1. C.J. Broy has 1 reception.
Roller takes it down at the 25. So the Hornets have been smothering the Comets today. San Mateo up 35-0 at the half. American River 24-0 at the half. Glendale over LA Valley right now 13-6. San Bernardino at halftime up over Golden West College. Chaffee over at the Desert. Long Beach smothering Orange Coast College here on SportsNetUSA.net. Santa Monica up by 2. Some of the other scores around the SCFA. Reed needs a response. Reed throws, catch right there, throws to Scholes. Scholes not having a bad day as a wide receiver for the Comets.
No, that's his 6th catch, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. Micah Johnson, 4 for 83 and a touch. Kia Reed.
Reed across the middle, move the chains, throws it there. Nice little pitch and catch right across the middle. Langenbach catches that.
And Mark, he had 86 yards in the first half. He's got 230 total now in the ball game. 3 touchdowns and 1 pick.
And Corey, there were some that were open in that first half that receivers dropped. So the young man has been good. We heard that we would see multiple quarterbacks from the Comets. We haven't seen that today. Hornets coming up, turns, puts it on the money one more time. Beautiful catch there made by Quincy Herron. So Quincy Herron catches, turns, steps out. Herron.
Kearns' 9th tackle tonight, or today. Jeremiah McNeely also has 9.
Scholes comes on the near side of the field. Quincy Heron comes with him. Get a flag on the play. Going deep. They're going to call that intercepted. It is, but there was a flag on the play.
You got to wonder if it's offsides against the Hornets. Kadari Kearns, if that would have stood, that would have been his first interception this season.
So they're looking at the far official to say, was it picked? He said yes. Now they're talking to each other.
But again,
Offsides.
Again, the offsides against the Hornets.
So that's going to move the chains. 7:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. 41-19. Reed out of El Camino Oceanside looking good.
Offense has awakened is one comment. Defense has a sleepened.
Heron catches it again, all the way down to the 20. So Quincy Heron pulls in another one.
And that's Nick Doan. So Nick Doan makes the tackle. He's one of the top tacklers on the team, even though in limited playing time. Doan has done a tremendous job, and Naborn is out there as the other linebacker, and it also looks like new is Sean Malcolm. Hill, Hansborough, Harris, and Torres up front. Meredith, the near side corner. Gamage, the far side corner. Kearns and Grant, the safeties.
Marcus Carr in at running back. They hand it off to Carr. Carr goes off tackle, gets a gain of about 4 on the play, left side.
And they've had no run game today. I mean, Omari and Ireland averaged 94 yards coming into this game. He's got under 25 today.
Scholes and Ayala to the near side of the field. Carr still at running back. Reed. We're going to get
Scholes. Scholes just couldn't set himself.
just a little flinch. Move it back. More new defenders in the game.
We already got them. They're still in there.
Big second down. Flag on the play.
Oh, you want to know who ran in for Harris and Hansborough? I got you. That's Alamo and Kennedy.
So the referee said, let's just, Corey's thinking, let's throw flag. So 5 yards against Corey for thinking. Move it back 5 yards.
Doan again.
Nice little pitch and catch right there to Whitehead. Jake Whitehead pulls in another reception. Jake's had a couple today for the Comets. So Whitehead. So Whitehead has it. Heron on the far side of the field. Scholes is next to him. Cart running back. Reed at quarterback for the Comets. Reed goes back, steps into the pass, overshoots the receiver, and Whitehead says, you know, I'm not that tall. But Jake is 6'3", 190 pounds.
Yeah, but he needs to be 7'3", Victor Wimbenyama size.
I thought Victor Wimby was a guy in British comedy, Victor Wimby. He's the bookseller.
No, that's the French guy.
Oh, okay. Reed says, I don't care. There's 5:48 to go in this fourth quarter. Anybody that wants to open a book, read a book, or catch a book, I'm throwing it their direction. Quick kick.
I don't understand it. I really don't. If you're going to kick it, you've got a punter who averages 41.5 yards per kick and has pinned people inside the 28 times. But you're going to let your quarterback kick it, who's displayed that might have been his farthest kick today, because he tried it again earlier.
He was trying to figure out who Victor Quimby was.
That's a character on a fictional character on a cartoon.
Okay, there we go. Now you know here on SportsNetUSA.net. Cornelli back in the game for the Hornets out of Villa Park High School. He's had a few pro players along the way for that high school.
Speaking of Villa Park, catch out Noah Alvarez, nicknamed Nova. It's tonight at broadcasting on SportsNetUSA.net for Santa Ana.
Cornelli gets taken down after he crosses the 30. I thought I just said it was 5:32.
It was 5:32, 5 minutes and 32 seconds ago.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Twilight Zone moment. Cornelli says, that's okay. I get to do the play over. Big second down for the Hornets. Looking crisp after a slow start, to say the least. Defense big, offense. Brandon Nunez has got the brush out, painting sweet pictures. Nice little die play straight up the middle.
Missick Duncombe.
So
He's got a touchdown running this season.
Duncombe. Third down. 4:41 here in the fourth. It's the Hornets 41, the Comets 19 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Yeah, don't forget Noah Alvarez on the air for SportsNetUSA.net. Santa Ana Dons looking good this season. Cornelli, middle of the field, just threw it low. If he can keep it up in the air, it's an easy catch, and he just throws it as Tate Reed couldn't pull it in.
What you mean? Just run the ball, Mark, and don't prolong the agony?
Just run it. Run it, baby, run it. A little collision in the middle of the field. Players go down. Ball bounces in favor of the Hornets. It's going to die right at the 23. With 3:52 left here in the fourth quarter. It's the Hornets 41, the Comets 19 on SportsNetUSA.net.
46 yards on the kick. At least we're not ironing our socks, Mark.
That's true. That's true. And this puts 7 in a row with Grossmont next weekend, which should
come out with victorious 8 in a row.
yes. And then
You've got Saddleback, who's improved throughout this season. They've played better each game this season, so they're going to be really formidable.
yeah, and then Riverside after that. Reed looking to step out, steps out. And Corey, that's why when we talk about that we would have thought that should have been a sack. Reed's been able to get that half an inch. So therefore, any gain, even though it looks like it should be a sack, it is not. It'll be second down and 9 for the Comets. Whitehead to the near side of the field. Ayala in the slot next to him. Reed goes back, looking to his left, goes across the middle, looks for Ayala. Picked, interception right there.
Micah Tapua, his first mark, and it just hung in there. Like the end of this broadcast and this game, it just hung around and hung around and hung around and finally picked.
So if we were to see Brian Crooks like we did after the last game where Brian looked and said, Corey said, should have had 4 or 5. Brian looked at you and said, 5 or maybe more. The defensive backs have picked the ball off today here on SportsNetUSA.net.
I think we're going to get one of those looks from Brian that we get sometimes. So, Brian, how was the game?
Yeah,
We won.
yeah. Brian's not going to be happy about the 19 that were put up on sportsnetusa.net.
But you're happy about the win. All these players, we've seen significant improvement from the players as well. I mean, each game we're seeing something new.
Yeah, yeah. So the Hornets going to stay undefeated. Grossmont next week. Hey, come on out. Sit out here with all of us. We have a great time. It's a great place to see a football game. Lots of fans now because we're on campus.
And it feels like a home game finally. I mean, it feels like a home field advantage.
So come on out and join us. If you can't make it, make sure you watch us here on sportsnetusa.net.
And
Ryan Osborn will be back next week.
Yeah, and if you want to watch more football, East LA versus Mount Sac. Sewell runs hard.
So Sewell makes it up the field.
And also Santa Ana and Compton at 6. Both games at 6.
So everybody's moving on. Fans,
You know,
candy.
one day they're going to have something in there we're going to like. And we're going to have to go in there and
Yeah,
take
grab
some.
it, you know. Straight up the middle again. Sewell comes up.
Jonathan Sewell, Hornets.
Toby Schmidt in at quarterback. Toby finally getting on the field and showing us his talent. 6'1" out of Tustin High School. Been some great high school football players out of Tustin High School.
Yes, there have. Tiller's proud football program.
Under 2 minutes here in the fourth. Schmidt looks things over. Hands off again. Straight up the middle. Looks to cut the outside. Stays on his feet all the way down. Touchdown Hornets. Determination be mine on sportsnetusa.net.
That's number 2 for Sewell, 34 yards. And 6 for Jonathan. So his previous long run of the season was 14 yards. Here he picks up 34 to make it 47-19. And this goes along with Fullerton averaging 39 points a game.
Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. With 1:21 to go, it's now 48-19 here on sportsnetusa.net. Well, it'll be interesting to see what the Hornets do, what everybody else does, and then what happens in the rankings here on sportsnetusa.net.
Well, if Fullerton takes care of their games and win their games, and then the rankings really won't much matter if they can close out the last 3 games with wins. That means they make the playoffs. Not just a bowl game, but the playoffs.
Our kickoff specialist is ready. Charles Verrell. Gavin Gazzoni, Rand Rollins.
1:21 to go. And you know what? You know why this has gone this way, haven't you? The karma of the tight end. This would be Ryan Osborn. This is the caption you put for this game when you come back. Karma of the tight end. Not Carmen, because I've made that mistake before. Mr. Carmona would be saying, yes, you have. Kick down to the 10. Up the middle. Here comes a return. He zigs, he zags, all the way up to the 40. Raymond Roller.
Raymond Roller, tackled by number 13, Brian Meredith.
Want to thank everybody today for Jerry Roque for helping us out today. Thank you, Jerry, for my partner, Corey Neyland. Ed Ford back in the studio, for all the people up in the booth that put up with Corey and I, for Lorena for coming on the air at halftime. Reed throws that out in the flat. Caught right there on a pitch and catch that was sweet as Washington. Oh, they called it incomplete?
Out of bounds.
And of course, everybody over at Discount Markets of Fullerton, on Raymond, between Chapman and Commonwealth. Thank you too for making all these games possible on Sportsnet, USA.net. Reed goes back over this way. Reed again puts it on the money and gets that to Washington. Nate Washington pulls it in.
And Mark Ryan did say, yes, it is a Carmel Sunday type of game, and he can go for one as well.
So in other words, what Ryan is telling us, he really didn't go to a wedding. He just went on a trip. Ball goes up, comes down. If it's a tie, possession stays with the offense.
Doing battle. That was Justin Smith.
As the clock ticks, which we like, we're at 33. Second down and 8. Reed looks over. Goes back. Here comes the pressure. Goes the middle of the field. Turn, catch, drop, just a little short. And that should bring us to the end of the game as your Fullerton College Hornets beat Palomar 48-19 on Sportsnet, USA.net.